Hello and welcome to Lowell Park for Orleans Firebirds baseball on the Birds Broadcast Network. Hello everyone, I'm Carlo Jimenez alongside my roommate Gareth Klock, bringing you game 23 of the summer as the Orleans Firebirds and the Cotuit Kettleers face off for the final time in the regular season. The Orleans Firebirds are on their second three-game losing streak in the last 2 weeks and are coming off a tough 13-1 loss to Hyannis, the team with the worst record on the Cape. The Firebirds have struggled to keep other teams off the board, allowing 27 runs in the last 3 games and committing 5 errors in the same stretch. The Birds will look to get back on track with a win against the Kettleers from Cotuit are also on their longest losing streak of the summer as they have dropped 3 in a row. The Kettleers have had the toughest 3-game stretch on the Cape, facing the top team in the East in Brewster twice, and in between faced the best team in the West in Bourne. It's a battle of 2 teams desperately in need of a win as the 8-10-4 Orleans Firebirds take on the 11-2 Cotuit Kettleers at Lowell Park. Let's go to Noah Searson for the Early Bird pregame show.
Appreciate it, Carlo. Welcome to another edition of the Early Bird pregame show. Noah Searson here alongside Gareth Klock. And Gareth, we got a fun game tonight. Got travel to Cotuit for the second time this season, but before we talk about this game, we'll do a short, quick recap of what happened last night in Hyannis. Let's be honest, not much to talk about in that one. 13-1 beat down, and the Firebirds are really reeling at this point. It's tonight, and then also tomorrow against Brewster going into the off day. It's really make or break time. It's kind of, we've had the discussion of every game is a must win at this point if the Firebirds want to make the run towards the playoffs. But when we're talking about these 2 games before the bye week, or the off day rather, these are the make or break games. So, what'd you see in Hyannis last night, Garrett?
They give Hyannis credit for what they did. I mean, they pitched really well, and they had timely hits. I mean, sometimes you don't necessarily need the extra base hit. I believe they only had, 1 or 2 extra base hits the entire game. They did have a big 3-run home run from Luke Mann out of Missouri, but, sometimes all you need is just the single, and they kept going right back up the middle off Orleans pitching, and sometimes that's all you need with great pitching, and that's what they did. They put up 13 runs against Orleans, and it just seemed like from the start, the Firebirds weren't able to really shake off what happened from Sunday's heartbreaking loss in the 7th. So it certainly, you got to give Hyannis credit for what they did, and right now, for Orleans, this is a team that you can't win on the road for whatever reason. The road ERA is over 5.5 right now, and so I think, it's almost like a broken record, but it has to start tonight against a team that is reeling a little bit of themselves. 3 games in a row, they're in the losing column, and I think it starts with pitching.
Yeah, absolutely. Talking to skipper Kelly Nicholson after the game, he said, when it comes down to it for the second half of the season, the Firebirds, they got to pitch and they got to be able to play defense. Very sloppy defense led to a lot of Harbor Hawks runs yesterday. So when you look at the lineup, definitely a more defensive lineup. Ben Blackwell, he's been up and down, but better at times. Peyton at second. You get Jared McKenzie back in the lineup. So hopefully the defense, a little of, one night you'll get beat up. You'll beat up another team on the other night. So maybe this is the game. Saw it last time that the Firebirds traveled to Cotuit. But this is an entirely different squad. The roster almost looks completely different, completely overhauled, Gareth. So when we're talking about what the Firebirds need to do tonight, if they want to win a game tomorrow with a little bit of momentum going, what's your key for a Firebird win tonight?
I think it begins with pitching in the bullpen. And Thomas Schultz back out is going to be out for his second start of the summer. And his first start, we saw some glimpses, but it was a little bit up and down against Brewster, I believe. But for Schultz, I think he's got to be able to throw strikes. One of the problems for his first outing was he just couldn't really command the zone very well. And so Schultz has to be able to throw strikes. Defense has to certainly play a factor as well. They haven't been helping out the pitching the last couple of games, I believe. The last 4 or so games, they've had 8 errors, so they're averaging about 2 errors a game, and so they got to be able to help out Thomas Schultz, and he's got to go, at least I think 4 or 5 in this one, so that the bullpen isn't as fatigued and it hasn't.
This one, for me, and this has been a key for a couple others on this show, the past couple games, it's score early in this one, especially when you look at Lowell Park, no lights, and didn't bite them last time they played here, but when the Firebirds played at Red Wilson, that game's called early. Don't even get to the 8th inning. And it kind of seems like a constant theme. You're not going to get through 9 innings very often when there are no lights at the park. So what that means is you got to have a little sense of urgency, maybe a little extra sense of urgency early on, score in that first, second, and third, and especially those middle innings. You got to treat 4, 5, 6 like they're 7, 8, 9, because that's how it works. You never know which inning is going to be the one that score early, and hopefully score often. Give the pitchers for the Orleans Firebirds a lot of run support. So Gareth, along with the bullpen, I got score early, score often. If you're able to do both to get back into the win column, something they desperately need. But that's all we got here on the Early Bird pregame show. I'll give Gareth some time to get back onto the booth through the magic of TV, as they call it, and send it back to Carlo for National Anthem and then first pitch at 5. Carlo?
Carlo Jimenez alongside Gareth Kwok bringing you game 23 of the season. And it's the final of a 3-game road stand for the Orleans Firebirds. Let's get you the lineup for the Birds. They'll start with the sophomore out of Ole Miss, Peyton Chatagnier. Behind him in the second spot, Luke Keishel, the sophomore out of USF. Then Chase DeLauner, the sophomore out of James Madison. Tyler Locklear out of VCU, followed by Corey Acton, who's headed to Georgia. And in the sixth spot, Jeff Costello, the senior out of Northeastern. 7-8-9, Jared McKenzie is back in the lineup. Michael Hinojosa at first base, Mark Furtado, and at third, Brandon Johnson. Firebirds in the camo unis. The 0-1. And a swing and a miss. Chatagnier loses his bat as it hits the netting atop of the Cotuit dugout. And one of the Cotuit players snags it with the bare hand. That ball just slipped right out of the hands of Peyton Chatagnier, and the count, no balls and 2 strikes to him. That went flying, and thankfully that netting down the third base line is awfully high because it was headed for the stands.
Sure was. Off the Chatagnier, who needs to grab a little bit more pine tar on that one for how far he let go of that bat. My goodness.
So Chatagnier down in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. A leadoff man in this one. Cotuit in the pinstripes, the Cotuit across the chest in maroon. Numbers under the IT on the left side, 0-2. Chatagnier swings and drives one into right. That's going to drop for a base hit. A nice piece of 2-strike hitting from Peyton Chatagnier. The leadoff man is aboard. And a good start for a Firebirds team looking to end their 3-game losing streak. So up comes Luke Keishel. His first time facing the Kettleers. Luke has been terrific ever since arriving here in Orleans. It's officially been 7 games with Orleans, and Keishel hitting .292. 6 for 13 in his last 4. Lefty on righty, the pitch. Upstairs to Keishel. Fastball misses high. 1 ball and no strikes.
Thing with Holland for today is his velocity is going to be awfully on the slower end. It's going to be in the mid-80s. Fastball will be around 84, 85. Much different look than what we've seen here on the Cape.
1-0, Chatagnier running. The pitch is downstairs for a strike. The throw is into center field. Chatagnier is going to hold it second. A stolen base for Peyton Chatagnier. His 5th of the summer and his 3rd at Lowell Park. He likes to steal bases here in Cotuit.
I think he just likes this field in general, Carlo.
Well, when you score 3 times in your first 3 at-bats, 1 for 2 in that game, and boy, you really injected some energy into this Orleans team. And already, deja vu here at Lowell Park. Runner in scoring position, a 1-1 count to Luke Keishel. Pitch home. And he swings and foul taps it. Pops out of the glove of Donlin. And the count, a ball and 2 strikes to the sophomore out of USF. Keishel is playing third base today. That's the 3rd different position on the field he's played in his 8 games with Orleans. They've all been on the left side of the field. He's played shortstop, third, and left. Chatagnier at second after the single and the stolen base. 1-2. Keishel with a late hack fouls it off down the right field line. And the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. No clouds in the sky here at Lowell. Beautiful day for baseball. It's hot with a light breeze blowing across the field from left to right. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Keishel is down. Breaking ball gets him to chase. First out of the top of the first. Trey Holland with his first strikeout. And up comes Chase DeLauder with Chatinier at second and 1 out.
And that at bat there from Keishel. I mean, the velocity with it going to be on the slower end. It's going to be tough for Orleans to adjust after having to see 90, 91, 92 the day beforehand. Now you got to see a guy who's in the low to mid 80s.
First pitch to left-handed batter. Breaking ball 66 on the radar. Misses upstairs. The count 1 ball and no strikes. DeLauder hitting .303. Was robbed of a double by Sparky Burns, the umpire, in yesterday's game on a fair ball that was called foul as he looks at a 1-0. That drops in for a strike on the outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to him. DeLauder, the best hitter in the lineup for the Firebirds. Hitting .303. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Big hack at a slow 74-mile-an-hour breaking ball above the zone. And the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Chatinier at second after his single and a stolen base. Firebirds trying to jump on the board. Here comes a 1-2. And a swing and a fly ball down the left field line, hooking foul. And another 1-2 pitch upcoming to DeLauder. Well, if you're the Firebirds, you'd love to get on the board first, especially against this Kettleers team. Cotuit, when they score first, they're 8-2 on the season. When they don't, they're just 4-4. 1-2. Misses low. DeLauder lays off a breaking ball. Chatinier with a big secondary lead at second. He jogs back to the bag. And the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. A light breeze. They're at lightless Lowell Park. Final visit for the Birds of the summer of 2021. 2-2 to the plate. DeLauder swings and hammers one into right field. That one is gone. 7th home run of the summer for Chase DeLauder. And the Firebirds jump out to a 2-0 lead. Wow. That ball was gone the second it left his bat.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, he was taking them out in BP today, and he gets a breaking ball up high in the zone where you don't want to put the breaking ball, and he just crushed it way over the right field fence into the trees. And he's back now, tied for the league lead with Owen Diodati of Wareham at 7 homers.
In stands the right-handed batter Tyler Locklear as he takes a first pitch ball upstairs. Locklear hit one where we had a similar reaction last time we were at Lowell Park. 1-0. And he takes a strike at the top of the zone. And to count 1 ball and 1 strike. Holland gives up the 2-run home run. DeLauder now tied with Diodati for the league lead. 1-1. In the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. And after the Firebirds offense sputtered yesterday, just 1 run, and it was pretty much gifted to them. Hyannis committed 2 errors in the top of the 9th. They earn 1 here in the top of the first after a Chase DeLauder opposite field blast. 2-1. Misses away. 3 balls and a strike to Tyler Locklear. Well, the Firebirds have scored first, something that is almost a must against this Cotuit team. Tyler Locklear looks on, 3-1. And he swings and drives one down the left field line. Will it stay fair? It is, and it's gone. Back-to-back jacks, Chase DeLauder and Tyler Locklear. And it's 3-0 Orleans in the top of the first. A dream start for the Firebirds, and they've jumped on the Kettleers.
That's almost the same spot where he hit his home run the last time Orleans was here at Cotuit. This time a little bit more down the left field line, but it had plenty of distance. And it looked like another pitch up in the zone, and you just cannot elevate these types of pitches to these types of power hitters up in the zone, Carlo. And when you got guys like DeLauder and Locklear who are hunting for pitches up in the zone so that they can elevate it over the fence, you're asking for trouble. And this is, as you said, the dream start for Orleans. 3-0 here in the top of the first, as Mike Roberts is going to come out and try and calm down Trey Holland here.
Holland in 2020 in the shortened season gave up 2 home runs in his 13 innings of work. And this is his second start this year. Didn't pitch all of last year because of Tommy John. And up comes Corey Acton. Orleans 3, Cotuit nothing. Top of the first. First pitch to Acton. And he fouls one off the mask of Donlin. And the count, no balls and 1 strike. Home run number 6 and RBI number 19. Tyler Locklear now stands alone, second on the Cape in RBIs. 0-1. Low. And the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Was tied in that second place spot with Brock Wilkin. Here comes a 1-1 to Acton. Right-handed batter takes a strike at the knees. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Something about Lowell Park and the bats of the Firebirds getting to Trey Holland here early. 1-2. Off the outside. A long hold by Donlin trying to entice Michael Hinojosa. And the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Corey Acton. Base is empty, 1 out, 2-2. Acton swings, rolls one on the ground right at the first baseman Martorella. He underhand flips to the covering pitcher Holland. Acton retired, second out of the top of the first. And up comes Jeff Costello. So Costello digs in with the bases empty and 2 outs. Orleans 3, Cotuit nothing. 2 outs, top of the first. And the Birds feeling good on the road. First pitch to the lefty. Right-handed batter, excuse me. And he takes the ball low. Count, 1 ball and no strikes.
104 miles an hour off the bat on the DeLauder home run. Incredible.
1-0 is high. 2 balls and no strikes to Costello. Costello so far in his short Firebirds career, 2 for 9 in just 2 games. A rising senior out of Northeastern looks on the 2-0. And he waves at a breaking ball, 73 from Trey Holland. And the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. Already a lot of action in that Cotuit bullpen. 2 pitchers getting warm. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. And the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Costello. Can Cotuit, a 3-game losing streak coming into this one. Another loss, a Wareham win. And they're in 3rd in the West. 2-2 skips in the dirt off the chest protector of Donlin and towards the Cotuit dugout. And the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Jeff Costello. Firebirds, meanwhile, a little bit of a steeper hill to climb to try to get back into playoff contention. 3-2 to the plate. Emergency hack and a foul down the right field line by Costello. And another 3-2 pitch coming his way. 2-run home run by DeLauder. Solo home run by Locklear. And the Firebirds a 3-0 lead. 3-2. A swing and a foul off the mask of Donlin. Good hustle by the bat boy to get the baseball. And Costello waits for his 3rd 3-2 pitch of the at-bat. Holland kicks and deals. Ball 4. Low and off the inside. A nice at-bat by Jeff Costello to keep the top of the first alive. And it is with much pleasure that we welcome back Jared McKenzie as the left-handed batter digs in with 1 on and 2 out.
Good to see Jared back after suffering the injury in the collision with Jack Bolger on Friday. But after 3 games, he's back in the lineup.
Opening offering to McKenzie. Misses low. Count 1 ball and no strikes. Jared's still a black guy, but the sunglasses are off. He was wearing them the past 2 days to hide the black eye. Said the first day back he couldn't see out of it. Costello at first, 1-0. McKenzie watches a strike go by on the outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Just the start that the doctor ordered for the Orleans Firebirds. 2 home runs, 3 runs on Cotuit in the top of the first. It's a 1-1. McKenzie swings and ropes one down the right field line. That's a base hit. Costello's going to dig for third. The throw from Sayer, no. Costello turns and goes back to second. And there's 2 on with 2 out. And up comes the 8th batter of the inning, Garrett Gilliman.
So how about that for Jared McKenzie? And I was just about to say how much of a leash Mike Roberts would give Trey Holland here, but it looks like he has seen enough, and he is going to go to the bullpen here.
So for Holland, 4 hits, 3 runs, and just 2/3 of an inning. And we'll step aside and come right back here at Lowell Park. It's Orleans 3, Cotuit nothing in the top of the first, and 2 on for the Firebirds. Welcome back to Lowell Park. Carlo Jimenez alongside my good friend Gareth Kwok as we continue the top of the first inning. Orleans with a 3-0 lead over the Cotuit Kettleers thanks to a 2-run home run from Chase DeLauder and a solo shot from Tyler Locklear. And Mike Roberts had seen enough of his starter Trey Holland, and so a new pitcher on the mound. It's the righty Logan Adams, who is headed to NC State in August, committing there, transferring from College of Central Florida, and he will face Garrett Gilliman. Gareth, what can we expect from Logan Adams?
Yeah, it'll be much more velocity with Adams. His fastball is going to touch around 90 to tops around 94, 95. And he does have a slider that'll run in the low 80s, and he does throw a changeup as well. So he's a 3-pitch guy. A fastball slider might be the majority of what we see here.
First pitch to the right-handed batter, Garrett Gilliman. Off the outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Costello at second after his walk, and a Jared McKenzie single, who's at first. Garrett Gilliman, one of the best hitters with runners in scoring position on this Orleans team. Small sample size, but he's 4 for 6 with 2 home runs and 8 RBIs. 1-0. And he waves at a high fastball, 93. And they count 1 ball and 1 strike to the sophomore from USC. Firebirds with 3 early runs on the Kettleers, and Gilliman looking to add more. The 1-1. Another wave. And they count 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Going to be so interesting for Gilliman as he was on the on-deck circle trying to time up a guy throwing low mid-80s. Now he's got to speed up the bat and catch up to a guy throwing mid-90s. So it's certainly an adjustment for the USC catcher here at the plate.
2 on, 2 out, top 1. Orleans 3, Cotuit nothing. Adams looks at second, the 1-2. And Gilliman swings and fouls one off down the right field line. Well, Gareth, for the Firebirds, couldn't have asked for a better start. After a tough loss against Hyannis, this is a perfect way to begin one against a Cotuit team also hungry for a win. Adams with a long look in. Big frame as he sets at the letters. And the 1-2. And Gilliman swings and misses at a breaking ball. That will do it. Adams comes in and strikes out Garrett Gilliman, but not before the Firebirds bring across 3 runs on 4 hits, 2 left on. And we'll head to the bottom of the first with Orleans leading the Kettleers 3-0 here at Lowell Park.
All right, fans, tonight's game is sponsored by Mosquito Marys. The Cape Cod Baseball League would like to welcome our new sponsor, Mosquito Marys, a locally owned, family-operated business that provides all-natural mosquito and tick control services. Call 866-ASK-MARY or go to mosquitomarys.com. Mention the Cape Cod Baseball League and get your first treatment for only $29. And tonight's game is sponsored by Coca-Cola. Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League and for refreshing yourself with ice-cold Coca-Cola products. Please remember to recycle your empty bottles, cans, and all other recyclable materials. It takes only 6 recycled plastic bottles to make a new baseball cap. Did you know that, Carlo?
You teach me things every day. Where do you get this stuff?
I mean, that's what a broadcast is supposed to do, right? You're supposed to help entertain and educate, right?
Did you calculate that yourself?
Yeah, I did, believe it or not.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man of many talents.
Yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Let's get you the lineup for the Cotuit Kettleers. Starting, it will be Carter Trice, his first at-bat with Cotuit, the sophomore out of Old Dominion. Jace Grady, the sophomore out of Dallas Baptist, will hit behind him. And then the third batter in the lineup, Eric Brown out of Coastal Carolina. Cleaning things up, the best hitter for Cotuit, Luke Gold out of Boston College. Then Alex Sayer, the sophomore out of Wright State. Matt Donnellan behind Sayer, the sophomore out of UConn. 7-8-9, Nathan Martorella, Nolan Bridges, and Ryan Ritter out of Cal, UNC Wilmington, and Kentucky. In the field for the Orleans Firebirds, it'll be Jared McKenzie in left, Chase DeLauder in center, and Jeff Costello in right. In the infield from left to right, Luke Kishel at third, getting his first start of the summer at third base, Benjamin Blackwell at short, Peyton Chatinier at second, and Tyler Locklear gets his third start of the summer at first. Garrett Gilliman behind the plate putting down the signs, and throwing to him is Thomas Schultz for Orleans. Schultz, the rising junior out of Vanderbilt, making his second appearance of the summer. Schultz with a 4.09 ERA at Vandy. And he'll be looking for a little bit of a bounce-back appearance, Gareth. Struggled the first time out for Orleans.
Yeah, what you're going to see from Schultz, he'll throw from a three-quarter slot. He's a big, tall right-hander. He's 6'6", 225. His fastball will run around 88 to 92. He does have a curveball, slider, and changeup. But he'll throw all 4 pitches when necessary.
First pitch to the righty, Trice. He comes out swinging and misses everything. And the count, no balls and 1 strike. Carter Trice, second-team collegiate baseball All-American his freshman year at Old Dominion. A 1 from Schultz, and a swing and a ground ball foul down the left field line. quickly down on the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Trice was 4th in the nation among freshmen in total bases with 148. Coming to Cotuit from the collegiate national team, playing in the Stars and Stripes scrimmages. 0-2 from Schultz. Off the outside, Trice lays off. 1 ball and 2 strikes. As you can imagine, Trice was Old Dominion's best hitter, hitting .355, led the team in doubles, hits, total bases. 1-2's off the outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the newest Cotuit Kettleer. Orleans 3, Cotuit nothing on a hot but beautiful day here in Cotuit. The 2-2. And a swing and a miss. And Carter Trice, first at bat as a Kettleer, ends in a strikeout. Thomas Schultz with a good beginning to this one. The leadoff man retired, and up comes Jace Grady.
Puts Trice away with the hard curveball, slider, whatever you want to call it. It certainly has downward movement, running away from a right-handed hitter. And so far, so good for Thomas Schultz. 1 guy in.
So in stands a lefty, Jace Grady. Opening offering is upstairs. And the count, 1 ball and no strikes. Grady, the sophomore out of Dallas Baptist, hitting .261 on the summer. 1-0. Just misses inside. And the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Grady started the season with Cotuit 5 for 11 with a home run and 2 RBIs. As the 2-0 paints the outside. 2 balls and a strike. But since then has struggled, just 1 for his last 12 in this 3-game losing streak. 1-2. Just misses away. 3 balls and a strike to Jace Grady. Schultz kicks, 3-1. And a swing and a foul straight back. And the count runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Grady made some history at Dallas Baptist. In 2020, during his freshman year, became the first freshman to start at center field on opening day in the program's history since 2004. Payoff pitch on. And he swings and pops one up down the left field line over towards the Cotuit dugout. Guillemette racing over, and it's going to land in between him and Keishel. Just 2 steps in front of the dugout of the Kettleers. And another 3-2 pitch upcoming. Orleans 3, Cotuit nothing. 2 teams on 3-game losing streaks. Somebody will have their longest of the season, and somebody's going to leave with smiles on their faces. 3-2 to the plate. And a swing and a hard hit ball down the right field line, right at the right fielder, Costello. He makes the catch. Grady hits it hard, but right towards a Firebird wearing those HDMH camo unis. And quickly 2 outs for Thomas Schultz. Great crowd on hand here for Cotuit as in stands already Eric Brown. Opening offering, and he swings and taps one into center. Chase DeLauder starts in, stops, and makes the catch. 3 up, 3 down for Thomas Schultz. We'll head to the 2nd inning. Orleans 3, Cotuit nothing. But first, Noah Searson's got something to say. Noah, what can you let us know?
Yeah, appreciate it, Carlos. So the Firebirds have had a couple different pregame routines so far this year, and there's actually a new one today. They actually took batting practice unlike past games, but instead of being traditionally pitched by one of the coaches, it was a machine pitch batting practice. And when I was talking to Chase DeLauder, he was saying how he didn't really like that. The machine made it very predictable, and you kind of got in a little bit of a rhythm. But as we saw in that first inning, the absolute bomb from DeLauder, maybe machine batting practice works pretty well for this team. And all I'm going to say is this team has already proven that they're pretty superstitious. DeLauder himself likes his goldfish, likes his purple Powerade, not any other color, purple Powerade before the game. So I would not be shocked whatsoever if, tomorrow against Brewster and in future games, the Firebirds employ more machine batting practice going forward. We don't know if that's going to happen yet, but so far, 3-0 ball game, 2 absolute nukes from the Bash Bros. Definitely working for Orleans, guys.
All right. Appreciate it, Noah. Thanks so much for the insight. I think I'm going to start having Goldfish and purple Gatorade before games. Or Powerade, excuse me. If that's what Chase DeLauder's having, I mean, it must be the right thing to have.
Instead of what? The Steez green tea and the Belvita bars?
Yeah.
I mean, I think yours sounds a little more healthy.
And a guy just hit a 2-run home run.
I mean, that's true. I guess it's proof that you don't necessarily need the healthiest stuff in your body to hit home runs, right?
No, sir. Right-handed batter Benjamin Blackwell begins the top of the second, and he wants time as music plays on the loudspeaker here at Lowell Park. Orleans 3, Cotuit nothing. Firebirds trying to end a 3-game slide, and off to the right start. Logan Adams in out of the bullpen, and the first pitch home. And Benjamin Blackwell shows bunt and pops it up. Straight back towards the 50-50 tent here at Cotuit. And a kid takes the spill, diving for the baseball. Did he get it, at least? It looked like he did.
It's like 3 kids that were all scrambled for that baseball right in front of a crowd of adults. They were not expecting those youngsters to go after that one.
Here comes an 0-1. Blackwell looks at a ball upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. I mean, if you're going to go to the concrete, you got to come up with a baseball, I feel like. You know?
I would just hate to be run over by a kid trying to go for a ball underneath your chair.
You got to be careful. Alert at all times. 1-1. Off the outside. 2 balls and a strike to Benjamin Blackwell, the shortstop out of Dayton. Blackwell looking to end a little cold streak of his own. 0 for 8 in his last 3 games. 2-1 to the plate. And he swings and taps one straight back. And the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
If that fence is not protecting us, you're making that catch, right?
Oh, I had that. Bare hand.
Oh, yeah?
Come on now.
Are you sure you didn't just duck your head to the left a little bit?
Don't know what you're talking about. I went after that ball. 2-2 to Blackwell. And he watches strike 3 drop in. Back-to-back strikeouts for Logan Adams in his first 2 batters he faces today. And the top of the lineup comes up to bat. It's Peyton Chatinier with 1 out and the base is empty.
Little front door slider there from Logan Adams. I mean, I think so far 2 hitters in, it's his best secondary pitch and the one he trusts the most besides the fastball. And he places that one perfectly in the inside corner for out number 1.
Orleans 3, Cotuit nothing. 1 out, top of the second, first pitch. Chatinier watches another breaking ball drop in for a strike. No balls and 1 strike to him. Peyton with a nice piece of 2-strike hitting his last time up. Slapped one into right field. Ended up stealing second base and coming around to score on a Chase DeLauder 2-run home run. As now Logan Adams wants to run through the signs again. Adams, right arm dangling by his side. Glove tucked against his left hip. And his first start with the Cotuit Kettleers. 0-1. Fastball at 93 away. And the count 1 ball, 1 strike. A weekend starter for the College of Central Florida. Where he had a 3.8 ERA and 47 1/3. 1-1 to the right-handed batter. And he swings and lines one up the middle into center field. 2-hit night for Peyton Chatinier early here at Lowell Park. As he's on the base paths for the 2nd time today. And up comes Luke Keishel with 1 on and 1 out.
I'm telling you, there's something about Lowell Park that Peyton Chatinier loves about. Already another base hit. He takes a breaking ball, sits back on it, goes right back up the middle. And Orleans is back in business here with the top of the order.
Yeah, the Firebirds have loved playing the Kettleers. not only are they 2-0, as a throw down to first. Chatinier back on a head first slide, but the ball gets away from Martorella. Chatinier rounding second. He's going to try for third with no one covering. The throw in is wide, and he's in with a head first slide. Chatinier moves up 180 feet on the throwing air from Logan Adams. And a heads-up play by the leadoff man, and all of a sudden, a runner 90 feet away.
Well, that changes everything now. Cotuit's going to bring in the infield and try and cut off Chanier if he tries to come home here, but just a poor throw in the dirt by Adams to first on the pickoff play. And there's a lot of foul ground down the right field line. Chanier, who runs well, able to take third, and he's 90 feet away.
So the opening offering to Keishel. He watches a ball miss upstairs. Count 1 ball and no strikes. Luke struck out swinging his first time up. Firebirds with a 3-0 lead in the top of the second inning. Peyton Chatinier at third with 1 out. Comes a 1-0. Strike on the outside. Keishel bends backwards. Doesn't necessarily agree. As he looks towards Michael Hinojosa, asking where that ball was, and the count 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, he thought that pitch might have been a little bit high, and even outside, too. Just catching that corner there from Adams.
Adams gets the sign, looks towards Chatinier, taking his lead at third. The 1-1. And Keishel swings and slaps one into right, going back to right fielder Sayer. He's going to look up and watch it hit the bottom of the wall. Coming home to score is Peyton Chatinier. It's an RBI double for Luke Keishel, and 4-0 Firebirds in the top of the second. And Orleans continues to keep the bats hot against Cotuit. Firebirds coming into this game in their 2 games against the Kettleers were hitting .328 as a team. That's their best team average against a Western Division opponent, and their second best against anybody on the Cape. They only hit better against Brewster, who they play tomorrow. First pitch, left-handed batter DeLauder takes the ball away. And the count 1 ball and no strikes.
I mean, Luke Keishel has really become an everyday type of guy since arriving with Orleans last week. Quality at-bat after quality at-bat for Luke Keishel.
The 1-0. DeLauder takes one low. Keishel back to second. 2 balls and no strikes. So Keishel now in his last 5 games, 7 for 14, 2 doubles, 5 RBIs, and a home run. He has come from the Cal Ripken League and been one of the best hitters in this lineup. The 2-0. Downstairs. 3 balls and no strikes. Keishel, a guy who grew up in Watsonville, California, went to small Aptos High School, and was not recruited highly. Attending USF, 3-0. And DeLauder swings and cranks another one. This one high into center field. Coming into center fielder Grady, and he's going to make the catch. And there's 2 gone. So DeLauder retired after his 2-run home run in the first. He's 1 for 2. And up comes the man with the other home run of the game, Tyler Locklear. Orleans 4, Cotuit 0. Top of the second, 2 outs. And after an RBI double, Luke Keishel leads at second base. Locklear eyes Adams. First pitch down the hill. Off the outside, Locklear checks his swing, puts the brakes on in time. For a guy like Luke Keishel, who goes to not a baseball powerhouse in USF, who don't make appearances to the NCAA tournament every year, the Cape in this opportunity is really his best chance to show what he has in front of scouts, and he has taken advantage.
Oh, absolutely. And with him, and he's getting some reps in the outfield as well, he's showing that he can do a little bit more than just play the infield.
Here's a 1-0. And Locklear rolls one on the ground into left field, a base hit. Rounding third on his way home is Keishel. The throw from the left fielder, Bridges, is in front of the catcher, Donlin. Throw on to second, and they get Locklear trying to take an extra base. But not before Luke Keishel comes home on an RBI single from Tyler Locklear, and it is now 5-0 Orleans in the top of the second inning. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Noah Searson. Noah, how you doing?
Doing pretty well, Carlos. So are the Firebirds. Another pair of runs right there, giving great run support for the guy who's headed out there again, Thomas Schultz, and the Vandy guy. I talked to Coach Troop before the game about, what they had worked on since his last start against Falmouth. It really didn't go too hot, and he said the big reason why is because with that big 6'6" frame, Schultz can generate a lot of movement purely just with his fastball. So Troop said in this start, he wanted to see more movement out of Schultz's fastball because what that can do is generate a lot more. Far, this seems like it might be the Firebirds' night, Carlo.
Thanks so much, Noah. Really appreciate it. Well, it certainly has been the Firebirds' early afternoon. Bottom of the second inning, Orleans leading 5-0 over Cotuit. And we've seen this story before, Gareth. Back on June 30th, Orleans won 12-4 here, and we only played 6 innings. I'll tell you what, though, Gareth, when Noah Searson and Matt Troop talk to each other and we get the report from Noah Searson, it's like getting the study guide with all the answers on the test. I mean, you get every bit of information you could ever want, and then a little extra.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it helps that Matt Troop is a guy that, he likes to talk to us. He's very friendly with us, very, very nice enough to kind of share with us a little bit of insight for us that we're just always trying to find a little bit more information,
First pitch to the right-handed bat of Luke Gold, and he looks at a ball that misses inside. And Troop always so kind, so generous with his time. 1-0. And a swing and a miss. And the count 1-1 strike to Gold. And we're able to bring our audience great information because of his generosity. Thomas Schultz kicks 1-1. Downstairs. Count 2 balls and a strike to the designated hitter out of Boston College. Gold hitting .254, 2-1. And he chops one foul down the third base line.
Ooh.
And that almost nailed one of the Cotuit camera people down the line, just hit the fence in front of the dugout.
Yeah, there's a photographer sitting right on the edge of the fence with her lens peeking out. Almost got drilled on that ground ball.
2-2. And Gold swings and sends one in the air to right center. Shallow right center. Going back, the second baseman Chatinier diving forward. Costello, the right fielder. He's not going to get there. Sliding into second is Gold. A bloop double for Luke Gold to open up the bottom of the second inning. And Cotuit with a runner in scoring position as up comes Alex Sayer.
I mean, it looked like Costello was playing deep right, and he was more off position toward the corner than the gap because he had to run a long way to try and go grab that one, and he almost made a terrific play. Just wasn't there in time to make an all-out belly dive catch. So, Cotuit, they got the runner in scoring position here with nobody out.
Schultz steals home, and the right-handed bat of Sayer watches a strike drop in. And on the changeup, Orleans 5, Cotuit 0. Firebirds looking to sweep the Kettleers, the only team left that they can sweep this summer. 0-1, and a swing and a ground ball over to second. Chatinier, the second baseman, to his left, gloves it at the shins, tosses to first. Gold on to third as Sayer is retired. 1 out and a runner 90 feet away. And up comes Matt Donlin. The 2019 defending champions, Cotuit Kettleers. Cotuit has won a Cape Championship, a franchise leading 17 times. Gold at third, 1 out, and the catcher from UConn looks on. Ready on ready, the pitch. And he swings and skies one. Shallow right field, going back to second baseman Chatinier. He sets up under it, makes the catch. Gold is going to tag. The throw from Chatinier well in front of Guillemette, and Gold heads back to third. A nice play by the second baseman keeps the runner standing at third base. And there's 2 outs as up comes Nathan.
All he's trying to do is just drawing the throw from Chanier, see where that throw goes, but Chanier able to keep that ball accurately and in front of Garrett Guillemette.
First left-handed bat of the afternoon. It's Nathan Martorella, and he looks at a first pitch high for a ball. Orleans 5, Cotuit nothing. Bottom 2. Goal the leadoff double. Schultz trying to work around it. The 1-0. Strike on the inside. A pretty pitch. The fastball there from Schultz. Paints the corner. And the count 1 ball and 1 strike to the sophomore out of Cal. 1-1. And a swing and a pop-up down the left field line. Coming in the left fielder McKenzie. Going back to third baseman Keischel. And it lands in between them. And the count a ball and 2 strikes to Nathan Martorella. Gold doubled, reached third on a ground out from Sayer. And an infield pop-up by Matt Donlin. Kept him at third base as Keischel has to come a long way from foul territory in left to get back to his third base spot. Firebirds trying to end a 3-game losing streak. And off to the right start, up 5-0. 1-2. Just misses away. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Martorella. Schultz sets at the bell. He kicks high. 2-2 home. In the dirt, good block by Guillemette. And the count 3 balls and 2 strikes.
And Lowell Park, another one of these backstops where it's a chain link fence, and so the ball is not, there's no traditional backstop that has padding, so it's going to stay at the fence. So every block for behind the plate is crucial.
3-2. Off the outside, a 2-out walk to Nathan Martorella. Keeps this bottom of the second alive, and up comes Nolan Bridges.
That's a pretty gutsy take from Martorella with 2 strikes. Schultz trying to backdoor that slider on the outside corner. And I think with it, maybe with another umpire behind the plate, they're willing to ring up the hitter on 2 strikes with the pitch low and away like that. But Michael Hinojosa making that statement and saying he's not going to give that low and away corner on 2 strikes.
Sophomore out of UNC Wilmington. Left-handed bat of Bridges looks on the first pitch. He swings and misses. Count no balls and 1 strike. Thomas Schultz spent part of his year with Vanderbilt as a starter. Made 9 appearances starting, 5 appearances out of the pen. Coming to the Firebirds, hoping to fine-tune his arm and become an every weekend starter for Vanderbilt. 0-1. Low. Count 1 ball and 1 strike. Schultz didn't go long in his starts. Only twice going 6 innings. Had a 4.03 ERA in 39 innings as a starter and a 3 ERA in his 6 innings as a reliever. The 1-1. And a swing and a fly ball into left center field. Coming in, the center fielder, DeLauder, going back to shortstop Blackwell. It lands in between them. Gold comes home to score. On to third goes Martorella. Bridges is into second. The second bloop double of the bottom of the second inning. And Cotuit on the board. It's 5-1 in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, tough play on a blooper in between the center fielder DeLauder and the shortstop Blackwell. It's tougher for the infielder Blackwell because he has to backpedal and backtrack to try and track down that baseball, and it just ends up falling right in between. Thought for a second Blackwell had it, but Cotuit able to play home a run here, and they have more opportunities to do so.
Right-handed bat of Ryan Ritter takes the strike away. No balls and 1 strike to him. Ritter and Orleans' Trey Harmon were catching up before the game. 0-1. Swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes. Those 2 guys played together at Kentucky. But Harmon on his way to Stetson. Ritter, as of now, is staying with the Wildcats. At second, Bridges. At third, Martorella. 0-2. Misses away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That one awfully close to the outside to Ryan Ritter. 1-2. Same spot, same result. Fastball misses away. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, Michael Hinojosa right now, he's got a tight strike zone. He's not giving that outside corner.
Schultz working quickly. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Ritter. Second strikeout for Thomas Schultz. And that will do it for the bottom of the second inning. 2 hits, 2 bloop doubles by the Cotuit Kettleers. They leave 2 stranded, but they do score. It's 5-1 Orleans through a pair here at Lowell Park. We'll step aside and come right back here on the Birds Broadcast Network.
Hi, I'm Steve Anzoni, owner of Fairway Financial and Cape Cod's Retirement Income Specialist. If you want to hit a home run with your retirement income plan, schedule a time to meet with me today.
Get more details at fairwayfinancial.net. That's fairwayfinancial.net.
Welcome back to the Birds Broadcast Network. Carlo Jimenez alongside my roommate, Gareth Kwok. Spending a lot of time together this summer. Here we are in the top of the third inning, and it's Corey Acton to lead things off. New pitcher, righty Logan Maitland on the mound. First pitch to Acton, and he takes a strike upstairs.
Yeah, we're going to see from Maitland. He's going to throw from about a low three-quarter slot. Real funky delivery. Fastball that'll touch around high 80s with a slider and changeup.
0-1. And a swing and a line shot up the middle for a base hit. And Corey Acton with a leadoff knock off Logan Maitland. And for the third straight inning, for the second time today, the Firebirds have the leadoff man aboard.
Yeah, Acton gets a slider that hangs in the middle in, drives it right back up the middle. He's got a funky delivery because he releases that baseball. He holds that baseball as far as possible from his ear before then coming home.
Throw down to first. Acton back on his feet.
A lot of guys, you'll see them, they'll hold the ball about, halfway or even very close to their ear. But Maitland, he has that ball far away from his ear before delivering the pitch.
First pitch to the righty, Costello, and he takes a strike away. Acton does already have 2 stolen bases on the summer for Orleans. See if they send him. Orleans 5, Cotuit 1, top of the third. Throw down to first, and another head first slide. Costello walked, reached second back in the first, but was left stranded. Maitland's 0-1. And he swings and drives one up the middle, past the diving glove of the shortstop Ritter, and into center. Stopping at second is Acton. That's back-to-back hits to open up the top of the third. And the Firebirds cooking with gas. Leading 5-1 as up comes Jared McKenzie.
So make that now 3 games with a hit in each game for Jeff Costello. He's on a 3-game hitting streak in his 3 games so far with Orleans since being activated this past weekend. Right fielder has been a nice addition on offense for the Firebirds.
Acton was just called out by Brandon Johnson. Johnson looked towards Acton, looked towards the Firebirds dugout, made the outside. I'm not sure if Acton didn't call for time or, yeah, and he's called out. Any guesses, Gareth?
Did Acton leave the base momentarily and then get tagged out? We didn't see anything either.
Stepped off the bag and got tagged, says Michael Hinojosa. Ball was still in play. So Acton caught sleeping, and he is out. And up comes lefty McKenzie. Costello still at first with one out. An awkward play here in the top of the third. Throw down to first. Costello back with a head first slide.
I think they ran the hidden ball trick on Acton. The outfielder gave it back to the shortstop Ritter. Ritter may have faked the throw back to the pitcher, and then they caught Acton off the base before tagging him at second.
0-1 to McKenzie. Way upstairs. Count 1 ball and no strikes. Costello's got great speed at first. We've already seen him steal a couple times. Jared McKenzie, in his first game back since that scary collision at Wareham, roped the base hit down the right field line. Another throwback to first, and Costello continues to dirty up those HDMH Firebirds uniform. Another head first slide back. The camo slowly turning brown. 1-0. McKenzie swings and misses. And a ball and a strike to him. Well, Acton did get tagged out, but Gareth, it's been impressive. Guys like Corey Acton, Jeff Costello, Luke Keeschel showing up here to Orleans and making an immediate impact on a team that needs some offense.
Absolutely. Guys that have departed, Rylan Thomas, Jordan Sprinkle, and they filled the void.
1-1. Misses away. 2 balls and a strike to McKenzie.
And it's hard to completely fill the production of what a Jordan Sprinkle, a Team USA guy, or Rylan Thomas, who was the Cape League, he was the league leader in hitting at that point, but they've done a pretty nice job for what they've done in the regular season with now Orleans this summer.
2-1. Up high. 3 balls and a strike to Jared McKenzie. Orleans 5, Cotuit 1. Top of the third inning, 1 out, and a runner at first is Jeff Costello. After his single, Corey Acton, a victim of the hidden ball trick. Did you ever try to run that?
We had a couple versions.
3-1 and a wave, and the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to McKenzie.
We had a crazy play. I mean, this is back in high school, but the pitcher would fake a pickoff move over to second, almost fall down. He would hold the ball still. Outfielders and the shortstop, they would dive, make it seem like the ball got away and go into center field. The runner would get all confused, and he would go off the base, and then the pitcher would go run up and just tag him out.
Throw down to first. Costello, another head first slide. I'm going to be honest. I got confused just listening to that. It sounds like 4 guys get on the ground. The runner takes off, and then they tag him.
Well, the pitcher's supposed to fake a move to second. He's supposed to throw, but actually he holds the ball. He doesn't ever actually throw it. But then the shortstop dives. The outfielder runs out towards center to think like the ball went past him and all the way that.
3-2, misses away, and that's a walk to Jared McKenzie. And 2 on with 1 out.
I guarantee you, if you're skeptical, we'll look it up on YouTube after the game tonight, all right? Does that
it's
sound
on
good?
YouTube?
Oh, yeah, there's okay, I mean not the high school I went to, but
okay.
there are other teams that have run that play before. It's actually, I mean, you wouldn't run that every time, but it's a once in a year maybe thing you run.
Did it ever work?
Well, for some high school teams it did.
No, but for you.
Oh, I don't think we ran it.
Righty Gary Guillemette looks on. Opening offering. Strike on the inside. No balls and 1 strike to him.
I mean, it's literally got to be the perfect time, and I don't think that perfect time ever came around. But we'll watch it after the game. I trust you. It's actually a very interesting play.
I'm intrigued. That is for sure.
You should be.
Here comes the 0-1. No, a throw down to second. Back with a head first slide is Costello. And Costello now has dove back to the bag 5 times.
Costello's probably like, dude, what you doing?
Leave him alone.
Leave me alone. I'm just trying to get a lead off second. Why are you getting my jersey all dirty?
I mean, the
more work
dirt
for
he must have collected in that belt is he's got the whole infield. 0-1. Low. Count 1 ball, 1 strike. I know Zorian and Spencer can't be too happy.
Are they doing the laundry today?
They got laundry duty.
Uh-oh.
They're looking at Maitland like, hey, now. Come on. I don't want to be up all night. 5-1 Orleans over Cotuit. Top of the third. 1 out, 2 on. The 1-1. Gillimed waves. A ball and 2 strikes to him. Back to that play. One more question. What was the name? What was the signal?
I don't know.
Was it a hand signal?
I
you don't remember?
don't know. No, I just remember it was a play that we had in our arsenal, but we never ran it.
Gotcha.
Don't worry, we'll watch it. Just wait a sec. Come on now.
I feel like something that special's got to have a special name. 1-2. Strike 3 at the knees. Gillimet down looking. Second strikeout. Garrett Gillimet's been on the wrong side of. And up comes Benjamin Blackwell, who struck out in his first appearance to the plate. 2 hits in this inning. But Corey Acton caught off second base. He was tagged out. Costello now in his place after McKenzie walked. And the Firebirds looking to score for the 3rd straight inning here at Lowell Park. Commanding 5-1 lead. Look back to second, and Jeff Costello cannot be left alone. He's back on his feet this time as he dusts some dirt off the tops of his shoes.
I mean, I just don't get why Maitland is paying so much attention to Costello at second. When you're down 4 and you know you don't have lights at your own park, you got to pitch here. Can't waste any time.
First pitch to the righty, Blackwell, and he swings and misses. Count, no balls and 1 strike. It is important to note 3 games here at Lowell Park this summer have not gone 9 innings. We were a part of one that didn't even go 7. Back here on the 30th. 0-1. And a foul tip pops out of the glove of Donlin. Count, no balls and 2 strikes to Blackwell. 2 outs. Jeff Costello at second, Jared McKenzie at first. McKenzie's having himself a nice return party. A single and a walk so far. 9 hits for the Firebirds already, and they have a 5-1 lead on the Cotuit Kettleers, looking to sweep Cotuit on the summer. 0-2, and a swing and a ground ball towards second. Second baseman Brown to his left. He scoops it up off the dirt and shovels the first in time. 2 hits, 2 left on. No runs come across for the first time today. The Orleans Firebirds have a 5-1 lead midway through this 3rd inning. We will head to the bottom of the 3rd when we return. Orleans still up 4 on the Kettleers. Welcome back to Cotuit. Carlo Jimenez alongside my best bud, Gareth Clark. Bottom of the 3rd inning.
How many labels are you going to find to describe me here?
Endless.
Oh, my goodness.
Got to keep you on your toes.
You're getting, I think, a little carried away here.
My splash brother?
Dubs all day.
Right into batter. Carter Trice looks on, swings at the first pitch and ropes it into left field for a base hit. Trice in his second at-bat for Cotuit picks up his first single of the season. And a leadoff knock, 2nd straight inning for the Kettleers. And up comes Jace Grady with 1 on and nobody out. Orleans with a 5-1 lead in the bottom of the third.
No, I'm not even going to feed you any ideas. I'm eager to see what you come up with here when you come out of the break and how you describe me. What's my tag?
Don't worry, there'll be many more. First pitch to the lefty, Grady. Shows bunt, misses the ball, and takes a strike in the count. No balls and 1 strike. Thomas Schultz beginning his 3rd inning of work. Went 3 innings in his last outing. Did give up 5 runs. So far, only 1 surrendered. And that thanks to 2 bloop doubles by the Kettleers hitters. 0-1. Breaking ball on the outside for a strike. A nice pitch by Schultz. There's that slider that Noah Searson was talking about in the break that Schultz had trouble commanding. And the count, no balls and 2 strikes. At first, Trice leads. 0-2. And a foul down the left field line over the grandstand. And another 0-2 pitch coming to Jace Grady, who lined out to right his last time up. A warm, sunny, clear sky, beautiful day for baseball at Lowell Park. 0-2. Up high. Grady lays off. 1 ball and 2 strikes. It is nice to not see overcast skies, Gareth, which could add some time to this game because the sun will be out for a little longer without the clouds blocking it. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Grady. Strikeout number 3 for Thomas Schultz. And with 1 on, there's 1 out. As up comes the right-handed bat of Eric Brown.
I mean, that's a good point that you make because at YD on Sunday, I mean, it was getting really cloudy. And, I mean, we had only elapsed 2 hours, maybe 2 hours, 20 minutes of game time, which is not very long. And it was almost impossible to see anything with it's such low visibility and it already being dusk.
First pitch to the right-handed bat of Brown. He fouls it down the third base line. Count, no balls and 1 strike. Yeah, it might add about 20 minutes or so, maybe 10 minutes to this game.
Which hey, I mean, that's a lot of time. That's enough to get through an inning or so.
And with the game the way it is, aids the home team of Cotuit. Orleans up 5-1. We're in the bottom of the third with 1 on and 1 out. The 0-1. And a ball tapped right towards the pitcher, Schultz. He'll go to second for 1. Chatnier's turn in time. 1-4-3. 2 for 1 for the Firebirds. And that does it for the bottom of the third inning. 1 hit, nobody left on, and a nice defensive play to close things here at Lowell Park. I'll step aside, and my guy Gareth Klock will have 4, 5, and 6. As the Firebirds have a 5-1 lead through 3. But first, before Gareth Klock takes the reins, Noah Searson, what do you got for us?
Yeah, Carlos, so the Firebirds offense has been pretty spectacular so far. Looking for another big inning. One of the guys due up, Luke Keishel, and safe to say dude's been on an absolute tear since he's gotten to the Cape. 292 average, but multiple multi-hit games. Already a double tonight. And you guys talked about a bit earlier what kind of opportunity this is for a guy like Keishel, who's from a smaller school in San Fran. And I kind of talked to him about it before the game, and he told me that he literally didn't know that he was going to be a Firebird until 2 days prior to his first game. He was playing down in the Cal Ripken League down in Maryland, got a call from his head coach at San Fran saying, hey, you want to become a Firebird? And he bolted up to the Cape. So far, making a great opportunity of it. Very hot, like I said. I also asked him about that. You know, is there any secret to your success? Any, special ritual or any special technique you're using to start off your season on the Cape so hot against all these great pitchers? And he gave me the extremely complicated answer of C-ball, hit ball. So I guess that's all you have to do to get hot on the Cape. Luke Keishel, an absolute fire, becoming a big part of this Firebirds team, and once again, a massive part of why the Firebirds have such a big lead today. Guys, I'll send it back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Noah. Top 4 here from Lowell Park. Gareth Walk alongside Carlo Menez and our sideline reporter, Noah Searson. Peyton Chanier digs in against Logan Maitland, the tall right-hander, throws on the first pitch inside for ball 1 at 89 miles an hour. 1-0 to the Ole Miss second baseman, Chanier. With Orleans up 5-1, here in Cotuit. 1-0. Fastball at the bottom of the strike zone at the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike to Chanier, who is 2 for 2 today. He has singled twice and has scored in both of those at-bats. 1-1. Chanier pops it up foul down the right field line. And the count now 1-2. Top of the order due up against Logan Maitland, the rising senior from UMass Dartmouth. Chanier, Kieshel, and DeLauder. Maitland working from the windup. Chanier re-enters the box. And the 1-2 home is a fastball up high. Tried to get Chanier the chase of the high cheese. It's 2-2. Something about Lowell Park that Peyton Chanier likes, because he has played exceptionally well. This is his second game at Lowell Park. He's already got 4 hits in 2 games combined. 2-2. And a line drive into right field, and that'll drop for a base hit. And his 3rd hit of the ball game going to right field as the throw goes into first. Eric Brown, the second baseman, trying to catch Chanier off of first, not in time. His first baseman, Martorella, wasn't even ready for that throw in the meantime. But Chanier on board with his 3rd hit of the ball game, and we're just in the 4th inning.
I don't know if it's July 20th or June 30th, because Chanier last time here at Lowell Park reached in the 1st, the 2nd, and the 4th. His first 3 times up, and he does it again.
A turn and a throw to first. Chanier dirties up the uniform and gets back to first safely. Here's Luke Kieshel now, right-handed batter. First pitch is a slider, a high strike, called by Michael Hinojosa. Kieshel disagrees with the call. 0-1. Chanier, who in his first game, that was his Orleans debut back on June 30th. He had a single, walked twice, and he scored 3 runs in that ball game. A 1 pitch. Fouled straight back to the screen. And it's 0-2 now to the USF third baseman Luke Kieshel, who drove in Chanier back in the 2nd inning with an RBI double to right center field. He's been a nice addition to the ball club, as Maitland, another throw over to first to check on Chanier.
And Martorella had to reach to his right. That ball almost got away. We've already seen Peyton on an air take 180 feet before. Cotuit knows he wants to run.
0-2. And a swing and a miss. Kieshel very late on that fastball. It was about a half-hearted swing as he could get right there. He was badly fooled. And he is down on strikes. And for Logan Maitland, that is his 2nd strikeout of the afternoon. And here comes Chase DeLauder now. Left-handed batter versus the righty Maitland, and another turn and throw to first. Chanier back to first with the head-first slide. DeLauder, who muscled a 2-run home run in the 1st inning, a towering home run over the right field fence, well into the trees off Trey Holland. And the first pitch is a fastball inside. DeLauder has to back himself off the plate. 1-0. Part of a 3-run 1st inning for the Firebirds. 2 home runs in that inning. 2-run shot from DeLauder and then a solo blast from Tyler Locklear. 1-0 pitch, fastball. That catches the inside corner for a called strike. 1-1 to the James Madison center fielder, Chase DeLauder. One of 4 Firebirds named to the Cape League All-Star team this afternoon. Long pause from Maitland, 1-1. And a fastball pumped in there for a called strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. DeLauder, Peyton Chanier, Hayden Thomas, and then Nick Wallerstedt. 2 position players and 2 pitchers. The 4 Firebirds recipients to be named to the Cape League All-Star team this summer. 1-2 pitch. Grounded foul down the left field line. And it remains 1-2.
I think all very deserving of those All-Star selections. I know we were talking with our beat writer, Cole Bradley. He was a little surprised. No Max Ragic on the list. Max did not give up a run through his first 3 starts. Other than that, glad to see 4 birds make the All-Star team.
Another throw that check on first, that time a little bit closer, but Chanier returns to first with a head-first dive. Harwich and Bourne lead the league in All-Stars. As here's the 1-2. Sharply hit ground ball to second. Brown fields it to second for 1. Ritter's throw to first in time for the inning-ending double play. 4-6-3. DeLather grounds into the twin killing, and that retires the side. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and none are left stranded. On we go now to the bottom of the 4th with Orleans up by 4, 5-1 when we come back here on the Birds Broadcast Network.
Your Orleans Firebirds would like to thank Franklin Sports for their sponsorship of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Franklin is yet again proud to be the official batting glove of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Throughout the summer, all 10 Cape League teams are wearing their own custom team batting gloves courtesy of Franklin Sports. To order your favorite team's design or to create your own, visit franklinsports.com/custom. Enter code CCBL20 for 20% off your purchase. From Cape Cod to the Major Leagues, only the best hitters in baseball wear Franklin gloves. Wherever you call home, from Boston to the South Shore, to the South Coast, to the Cape, and the Islands, Rogers Gray has you covered for all your coastal homeowners insurance needs. Rogers Gray is a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Learn more at rogersgray.com.
All right, thanks so much for that, Carlo. Really appreciate that. I think, if play-by-play broadcasting doesn't work out for you, I think you could be a great salesman.
Oh, man, I hope not. But thank you. Thank you.
Hey, backup options. Doesn't help to have a plan B, right?
That's very true.
It always never hurts to have a backup option,
Yeah.
So, I think you would be a terrific salesman. You know what? If both of our careers don't work out, I think we should both become salesmen.
What would we sell?
We could sell Coca-Cola, and we could sell Mosquito Marys.
I could definitely sell some Mosquito Marys.
There you go.
Let me tell you. Mosquito Marys.
There we go. Thomas Schultz back out on the hill for Orleans as he's going to face the heart of the order, 4, 5, and 6. Luke Gold, right-handed batter out of Boston College, takes a pitch up very high for ball 1. Luke Gold, who was one of 3 Cotuit All-Stars named to the Cape League All-Star team, swings at the 1-0 and bloops one foul off the first base side. Count even at 1. Luke Gold, Eric Brown, and Jake Brooks. Gold and Brown, the 2 position players. Brooks, one of their top pitchers on the staff. 1-1. Gold pops it up in the infield. Hustling over toward the dugout is Locklear. Guillemette says he has it, and he makes the catch just in front of the Orleans dugout on the first base side. 1 away to start off the 4th.
A nice play by Guillemette. Thought he should have had one down the third base line earlier and makes the nice play there. And those are the ones you love to capitalize on. The cleanup hitter out on a foul pop-up just in front of your own dugout. Nice way for Schultz to open up his 4th inning.
From the wind, first pitch to the right-handed batting Alex Sayer out of Wright State is outside for ball 1. So Cotuit with 3 All-Stars. Orleans with 4 All-Stars. 1-0. Breaking ball, line down the left field line, and that'll be a fair ball, and it'll roll all the way to the fence. Rounding first and headed for second is Sayer. Throw will come into third from Jared McKenzie. And Alex Sayer picks up a base hit. He's been off to a real nice start with Cotuit ever since making the move from Falmouth to Cotuit. That's his 4th hit in now his 3rd game with the Kettleers, and he's in scoring position for Matt Donlin. Harwich and Bourne, as we mentioned earlier ago, they both lead the league in All-Stars name. They have 9 each. 1-0. And Donlin cranks one down the left field line. Hit very well toward the fence, and it's foul. Just by about 7 to 10 feet down the left field line. It certainly would have gone for extra bases if Donlin could have kept that one fair. Instead, he'll get his bat back from Garrett Guillemette, and the count is even at 1.
Two really hard hit balls down the line. Cotuit jumping on Thomas Schultz here.
1-1 pitch. Donlin swings and fouls one back to the fence. And it's 1-2.
Oh, ball boys from both teams come together.
There's a race to see who would get that ball first between the Cotuit ball boy and our Orleans ball boy. I think our Orleans ball boy won that race. A look over at second from Schultz from the stretch. 1-2. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Donlin goes down swinging. Thomas Schultz's 4th strikeout of the ball game, and there's 2 away.
That's a big strikeout from Schultz. Goes with the changeup, and Donlin sitting fastball. And now a chance to get out of this inning.
His fastball and slider have been on point tonight, and we saw it in his first start against Falmouth last week. 6 strikeouts over 3 innings. First pitch to Martorella is a changeup on the outside corner, taken for strike 1. 0-1 to the Cal first baseman Nathan Martorella, left-handed batter against the right-handed throwing Schultz. 0-1. Swing and a miss. A slider down and in. Back foot slider. Martorella can't connect. It's 0-2. And Thomas Schultz not wasting any time. He's back out on the hill and getting the next sign from Garrett Guillemette immediately. He wants to work quickly. Runner on second, 2 outs. 0-2 is blocked in the dirt by Guillemette. And it's now 1-2. Orleans up 5-1 over the Kettleers, trying to salvage a game here. 3rd game of a 3-game road trip for the Firebirds. Here's the 1-2. And a slider high and in. Taken for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Back-to-back tough losses on the road for the Firebirds on Sunday and Monday. 2-2, Martorella cranks one deep to center field. DeLauder going back at the fence, and he makes the catch just shy at the warning track to his right. And that will end the inning. Thomas Schultz with 4 quality innings in the books. As we head now to the 5th here from Lowell Park in Cotuit, it's the Firebirds 5, the Kettleers 1 here on the Birds Broadcast Network. But first, let's send it over to our sideline reporter, Noah Searson. Noah, what do you got for us?
Yeah, appreciate it, Gareth. So you mentioned it earlier. Jared McKenzie back in the lineup tonight after that scary collision with Jack Bolger on Friday, which could have been a lot worse than it actually was. Thankfully, no concussion, but he hit his head pretty hard. Got a big black eye, and definitely something that could have sidelined him for a lot longer. But if you know anything about McKenzie, you know he is about as tough as they come. It's funny, I talked to him a bit in pregame warm-ups, and he told me, yeah, that was, not ideal, but I played through a broken nose when I was younger. So this is a kid that in travel baseball was playing through injuries a lot worse than this, and you can see it even today. A lot of great moving parts for this Firebirds lineup tonight, but McKenzie being in the lineup and being out on defense has definitely helped them out. So Jared McKenzie, he got hit in the head by a pitch earlier this year, and that collision with Bolger was scary, but at the end of the day, nothing is really going to keep him out of this lineup, and as long as he can walk and really run around on the bases, he's going to be in the lineup, guys.
All right, thanks so much, Noah. Back here at the broadcast table, Gareth Kwok alongside Carlo Jimenez. Tyler Locklear will dig in here versus Logan Maitland, still out in the ball game. First pitch, 89-mile-an-hour fastball at the belt for a called strike, 0-1. Logan Maitland has thrown 2 scoreless innings of relief out of the bullpen for the Kettleers. 0-1 pitch, Locklear takes another fastball right at the same spot down the middle, and it's 0-2 to the VCU third baseman. And the Atlantic 10 Player of the Year getting the start at first this afternoon. The 0-2. And the fastball low, right about shin level. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Locklear, who hammered a solo home run in the first, went back-to-back with Chase DeLauder, part of a 3-run first inning for the Firebirds. Strike 3 called. Locklear does a spin around almost as if he wanted to say something, not directly at Michael Hinojosa, the home plate umpire. And Locklear is retired. Third strikeout for Maitland. Here's the left-handed hitting Corey Acton, who takes a pitch on the inside for a called strike. 0-1. Acton 1 for 2 today. 0-1. Little tapper along the first base side. This is going to be a tough play. Martorella has it, flips it over to first. Maitland gets the foot on the bag in time for out number 2. So 2 quick outs for Logan Maitland, and here comes the right-handed batting Jeff Costello out of Northeastern. Costello's 1 for 1. First pitch, fastball, outside, ball 1. He's drawn a walk in the first, and then he's singled up the middle in the third. From the line, the 1-0 pitch, swinging a pop-up down the right field line out of play. And it's 1-1 to Costello. He was just activated on the roster on Sunday and has collected hits in his first 3 games with the Firebirds. 1-1 is a slider that catches the inside for a called strike 2. 1-2 with Jared McKenzie on deck for Orleans. 1-2 offering. Little ground ball up the middle, backhanded stop by Brown on the short hop, throw on the run to first in time. And a nice play by the Coastal Carolina second baseman Eric Brown to take away a base hit from Jeff Costello. The first 1-2-3 inning thrown by a Kettleer pitcher today. As we head now to the last of the 5th, still Orleans up 5-1 when we return here on the Bird Broadcast Network. Bottom 5 between Orleans and Cotuit. Last time these two teams will be facing off here in 2021. Third and final game between the Firebirds and the Kettleers. Thomas Schultz going out for his 5th inning of work. First pitch to Noah Bridges, and he lays down the bunt along the third base side. Locklear is going to watch this one roll foul, or pardon me, that's Keishel who watches that one go foul along the third base side. 0-1, so smart play by Keishel to let that one roll foul. I mean, it was a really nice bunt by Bridges, and he's a left-handed batter who will get a head start out of the box, so he almost laid down a perfect drag bunt along the third base side, but instead he's going to slowly walk back to the box. 0-1.
Yeah, this is Keishel's 3rd different position this summer, and he watched that ball roll foul, and then the whole dugout screen, hey, pick it up, pick it up. Don't let it roll back fair. You can tell Luke's learning a couple new positions here in his summer with Orleans.
Noah Bridges, who doubled to left center back in his 2nd, an RBI double, as he takes a ball in the dirt for ball 1, 1-1. An RBI bloop double in the shallow center field. Benjamin Blackwell, the shortstop, chased a lot of the center fielder, couldn't catch it. That's the only run of the game for Cotuit so far. 1-1. Bridges tries to lay down another bunt. That time it hits Garrett Guillemette on the foot. And Garrett's going to pop up and try and walk it off. Garrett's been banged up the last several games behind the plate. He's been taking a beating.
Garrett catches no breaks. He plays with a smile on his face, but Well, even talking to him before games, Garrett, you good to go? And he's like, "No, I'm playing." I don't know if he feels 100% how the knees are, but he always plays with so much joy, and even taking a bunt to the top of the foot, he's back down and ready to go.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Schultz from the windup deals, and a breaking ball just a bit up high. Count even at 2. It's Bridges, Ritter, and Trice, the 8, 9, and 1 batters due up for Cotuit here in this bottom of the 5th. Halfway through here in Cotuit. 2-2. Swing and a pop-up foul, and that'll be a souvenir out toward the 50-50 raffle tent. 2-2. Thomas Schultz with 4 innings has allowed 4 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts so far, and they're hoping he can get through 5 before handing the ball over to the bullpen, which has not been Orleans' strong suit the last week or so. 2-2 is a slider that's high and away, and the count goes full 3-2.
Schultz, this is the longest he's gone this summer. Granted, this is only his 2nd start, but feels like Jack Philby is getting warm, according to Noah Searson.
Pitch number 64 on the way. The 3-2. Bridges lines one in the right field, a base hit. Noah Bridges takes a hard turn around first, and the throw from Costello, and they have him hung up between first and second. Locklear chases him down and tags him out. 1 away here in the 5th. Noah Bridges, for whatever reason, got a huge turn around first base, and Jeff Costello noticed it and fired the ball right back to first after picking the ball up, and they catch Bridges. 1 down.
What a play by Costello, staying with it, not going through the routines.
Ryan Ritter takes a first pitch breaking ball at the belt for a called strike, 0-1. I mean, Bridges just took an unnecessarily wide turn around first. 0-1. Ritter, soft liner, and Blackwell tries to field it on the hop. Instead, it goes underneath his glove and into center field. Sort of a do-or-die play for Benjamin Blackwell at shortstop on a ball that looked like it came off the inside part of Ritter's bat. That's a little soft liner that landed right on the infield grass, and Blackwell tried to scoop it up on the short hop. Instead, it went underneath his glove and rolled out into shallow center.
Yeah, you said it best, Garrett. Do or die play with the speed of Ritter. I mean, just kind of have to play for the charge and the scoop. See if the Birds can turn another double play with 1 out and a runner at first. But good speed here with Carter Trice digging in.
Trice on the first pitch takes one up high for ball 1, and that play changes everything. The way Costello threw out Bridges, instead of having maybe second and first with nobody out, now a runner at first with 1 out for the top of the order. 1-0 pitch. Trice hits one on the ground soft with the short. Blackwell has it. Underhand toss to second for 1. Turn to first is going to be too late. So Blackwell able to get the out at second to Chanier. Trice, who does run pretty well, able to beat out the relay throw. And so there's 2 away. Runner at first for Jace Grady.
Yeah, half for second, so too long, but I don't think it would have been enough to get Trice. It was well in front of the throw.
Left-handed batting, Grady. First pitch, center field. McKenzie going over, and he says he has it, and he makes the catch to retire the side. They're allowing only 1 run, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. If that's it for him, he's done a terrific job for Orleans tonight. As we send things now to the 6th. Firebirds up 5-1 when we return here on the Birds Broadcast Network. But now let's send it over to our sideline reporter, Noah Searson, as we head to the top of the 6th. Noah?
Yeah, appreciate it, Gareth. So far in this outing, pitching has fared very well for the Firebirds, and it's becoming an emerging theme that, when guys get more outings, Coach Troop is developing them. But another big aspect of why pitchers are so successful here in Orleans is the guy behind the dish Garrett Guillemette. He's been praised many times for how he calls his games, and I asked Zach Morris during the game today, what makes Garrett so special, how he calls the game? And Morris said it's about the pitch sequencing, the fact that he knows what guys want to throw in Morris' start. He could tell that Morris could really feel the curveball that day, so he was going to implement that more. And then Morris also added the fact that he likes to think 2 pitches ahead. So while everybody's dialed in on the current pitch, Garrett is thinking about what's going to happen on this pitch, and then from that, what's going to happen in further pitches, treating it very much like a chess match. It makes pitching very, very easy as far as making the decision. And it's funny, after Morris's big outing, he told me that, whatever I wanted to pitch, Garrett pretty much threw it down, and we were always on the same wavelength. So as much as you got to credit the pitchers, and Schultz is having a great outing today, you also got to give credit to the guy behind the dish, Garrett Guillemette, for calling a great game and doing it night in and night out, guys.
All right, thank you so much, Noah. As we head now to the top of the 6th here from Lowell Park. And a new pitcher now for Cotuit. Logan Maitland's night is done. This is the 3rd pitcher out of the bullpen for Mike Roberts and for the Kettleers. It's going to be the left-hander, the rising sophomore from the College of Central Florida, Riley Huge, H-U-G-E. And he is a 210-pound left-hander from Chardon, Ohio, and he was just activated on the roster on Thursday. Like a lot of this pitching staff has been activated these last several days with the deadline passed, but Riley Huge had a 3-1 record, only 18 2/3 innings for just 8 walks. And so for Riley Huge, this will be his 2nd appearance on the summer. And the first pitch to the left-handed batting Jared McKenzie is fouled off down the left field line beyond the third base. Grand View was on Saturday against Brewster. Didn't fare so well in runs. Breaking ball is up high on the 0-1, count even at 1. Here against the bottom of the order for Orleans, McKenzie, Guillemette, and Blackwell, 7, 8, and 9. 1-1 pitch, popped up, fouled down the left field line and into the woods. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jared McKenzie, who's 1 for 1 today with a single and a walk. Huge working from the windup. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And a fastball at 90 miles an hour, misses low, 2-2. McKenzie, a left-handed batter, and then 2 righties to follow in Guillemette and Blackwell. 2-2. Big curveball, misses away. And it's 3-2 now to the Baylor left fielder, Jared McKenzie. In his first game back since suffering a black eye in a collision that he had with Jack Bolger Friday night at Wareham. 3-2. McKenzie pops it up, foul again toward the third base grandstands once more, and it's 3-2.
Jared had his only 3-hit game of the summer last time the Firebirds were here at Lowell Park. He also likes playing here, and so far today, 1 for 1 with a walk.
The 3-2 pitch. Fastball up high, taken for ball 4. And a nice at-bat from Jared McKenzie, who's on base for the 3rd time and has many plate appearances tonight against Cotuit. Comes Garrett Guillemette now for Orleans. Right-handed batter from the University of Southern California. The rising sophomore stands in. And now Huge steps off the rubber. McKenzie will go back to first. Garrett is 0 for 2 today with a pair of strikeouts. First pitch, fouled straight back to the fence. And it's 0-1 to Garrett Guillemette. Guillemette has collected an RBI in his last 3 starts. And a guy who can hit the long ball and loves when runners are on base. 0-1 pitch, fastball in tight. Count even at 1 to Gilly, as his teammates like to call him. 5-1 Orleans. We're in the top of the 6th. And now Huge steps off again. As we are just about approaching an hour 40 in game time here from Cotuit. Look over at first, once, twice, now the 1-1. Gilmet swing and a miss on the fastball. And it's 1-2. Ben Blackwell on deck for the Firebirds, as Orleans tries to tack on some more. Up by 4. 1-2. Gilmet swing and a miss. Goes down on the high fastball, and that's the third strikeout for Gilmet today. First strikeout for Riley Huge. Fresh out of the bullpen, and here comes Benjamin Blackwell now, the Dayton shortstop.
Yeah, Gilmet and Blackwell on the bottom of the lineup. Everybody else has reached except those two, with 4 strikeouts between them.
Here's Blackwell, who digs in, right-handed batter. First pitch, fastball very high for ball 1. Blackwell has struck out looking back in the second inning, and he has grounded out to second in the third. Just 6 for 35 on the summer. A guy that you're pulling for, try and get a base hit. 1-0 pitch. He shows bunt, and it's a foul tip into the glove of the catcher Donlin for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Third baseman Trice, not completely in on the grass, but he is playing relatively in. 1-1. A slide step and a swing and a foul straight back to the fence again. Just above us here on the broadcast table, 1-2. We're stationed off to the right of home plate, just a bit, 45-degree angle. You're on the first base side by the Orleans grandstands in the dugout. The 1-2 pitch, runner goes, and a line drive caught by Eric Brown at second, and he's going to tag out Jared McKenzie, who was 20 feet away from taking second. Just an unfortunate play for Benjamin Blackwell, who hit that one right on the barrel and right at Eric Brown, who's going to go cover second with McKenzie trying to steal on the play. Just right place, right time for the Coastal Carolina second baseman. He makes the catch on the line drive and tags out McKenzie on the base pass. An inning-ending double play as we send it now to the bottom of the 6th. Still 5-1 Orleans when we come back here on the Birds Broadcast Network.
Hi, I'm Steve Anzoni, owner of Fairway Financial and Cape Cod's Retirement Income Specialist. If you want to hit a home run with your retirement income plan, schedule a time to meet with me today.
Get more details at fairwayfinancial.net. That's fairwayfinancial.net.
Night is done for the Orleans Firebirds. The right-hander out of Vanderbilt goes 5 innings, allows 6 hits and 4 strikeouts. A quality start for the Orleans right-hander, and the lead remains at 4 for the Firebirds. And the new pitcher will come in now. It's going to be the right-hander from UCLA, Jack Philby. Philby, who will be making his 8th appearance on the summer. He has a 2-1 record with an 8.71 ERA. He's thrown 10 1/3 innings and has struck out 11 over 6 walks. And Carlo, what is Philby going to throw here in this bottom of the 6th?
You're going to see a 3-pitch mix of a fastball, slider, changeup. Fastball sits low 90s. Slider is around 78, 82, and the changeup a little faster, 81, 84. A lot of fastballs from Philby, the lefty. 71% of the time you're going to see that fastball. And then if you're a right-handed hitter, more of the sliders sweeping away.
Philby's been roughed up a little bit out of the bullpen. He last appeared against Wareham, pitched only 2/3 of an inning. Did not allow an earned run, gave up a hit, a walk, and a strikeout. Bases off against Eric Brown out of Coastal Carolina. First pitch is a curveball high, ball 1. But after that Wareham appearance, he had given up 7 earned runs in 3 combined appearances. A clean slate tonight here at Lowell Park. Brown, 1-0 pitch, pops one up in the shallow left. Blackwell says he has it, waves his arm. Now McKenzie calls him off in shallow left, and McKenzie, the left fielder, makes the catch for the first out.
Seems like a little better communication in the outfield today, especially with Jared McKenzie out there. Just takes one time, and that one time, unfortunately, the collision between Bolger and McKenzie, and now people are seceding to one another.
Here's Luke Gold, right-handed batter from Boston College. From the line, first pitch, very high, almost hits Gold in the helmet area, 1-0, as Gold has to duck out of the way. 1-0, Philby. Right-hander from UCLA, the rising junior, 6 foot, 195 pounds from Sacramento. 1-0 pitch. Fastball is low, 2-0. Philby was a two-way player for UCLA. He spent more time actually as a position player than on the mound. He only pitched 7 innings in 7 appearances for the Bruins in the regular season. 2-0 pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Blackwell unable to get it as it goes into center field for a base hit. Base hit for Luke Gold on a ground ball that just caught past Benjamin Blackwell. I think if you ask Blackwell, he's tough on himself. He's tapping his chest as if to say, my bad. But I think that was going to be a tough play nonetheless. I mean, even with an outstretched arm, he wasn't able to get it.
He was in a dead sprint, and to go from the dead sprint to the throw onto first, Luke Gold's got decent speed. Would have been one heck of a play.
Here's Alex Sayer now, right-handed batter from Wright State. First pitch, curveball at the knees. A beauty. 0-1 as Sayer takes it for a strike. Alex Sayer is 1 for 2 with a double down the left field line. Gold at first, 0-1. Another curveball taken low and in for ball 1. 1-1 to Alex Sayer, who's reportedly in the transfer portal. Was a Horizon League first team selection with Wright State after hitting .383 with 8 homers, 40 runs batted in for Wright State. 1-1. Fastball fouled back to the fence, and it's 1-2. To the Cotuit right fielder. He played for Falmouth before joining Cotuit this summer. Although he only went 3 for 24 with 3 runs batted in. He's already got 4 hits in 3 games with Cotuit so far this week. 1-2. High fastball. Guillemette slap throw over to first. And not in time to get Gold, who's back to first standing up. Eric Guillemette, unafraid to show off the arm and sort of send a message out to those base runners who are thinking about taking an extra step off the bag. 2-2. The pitch, curveball up high and in, and it's 3-2 now to Alex Sayer with Matt Donlin on deck, the UConn catcher. Gold with his lead at first. We'll see if he runs. 3-2. He's running. 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 on the outside corner. Throw from Guillemette to second. Jeanier's tag. In time, a double play. Inning over. Beautiful fastball on the outside corner from Jack Philby. Down another base runner trying to take second at second base. We head now to the top of the 7th. Carlo Jimenez will have the play-by-play the rest of the way. When we return here on the Birds Broadcast Network, Orleans up 5-1 over Cotuit.
welcome back to the top of the 7th inning. And it's the top of the lineup for the Orleans Firebirds as they have a 5-1 lead over the Cotuit Kettleers. Right-handed batter Peyton Chatinier, who has his first 3-hit game of the summer. A perfect 3 for 3. Digs in to face Riley Huge. Chatinier with 3 singles. He scored twice in the first and the second. Opening offering. Misses inside. 1 ball and no strikes to him. Firebirds with 3 runs in the first, 2 in the second. Cotuit with their lone run in the bottom of the second inning. Since then, this offense has been, for the most part, quiet. The 1-0. And a swing and a high fly ball into left. This is going to stay in the park for Bridges, who trots to his right and makes the catch. Chatinier, for the first time today, is retired. And up comes Luke Keishel with 1 out and the bases empty. Chatinier 3 for 4. And Keishel, the right-handed batter, who's got a double and scored in the second, digs in. Keishel 1 for 3 today. Huge kicks the pitch. Skips in the dirt and hits home plate umpire Michael Hinojosa. Donlin unable to glove. The count, no balls and 1 strike. Sun setting behind the trees and left. No lights here at Lowell Park. The 1-0. And a swing and a line drive over the leaping head of the second baseman Brown and into right field. Luke Keishel, another 2-hit game. His 3rd of the summer in just 8 games played. And up comes Chase DeLauder with 1 on and 1 out in the top of the 7th. Orleans.
It's such a nice flat swing, and it produces a lot of line drive contact, which we have seen plenty of already, to find ways to get on base. And he's a threat on the base paths, too. Don't forget about that.
Lefty DeLauder looks at a first pitch ball away. Count. 1 ball and no strikes. Chase with a 2-run home run in the first, his 7th of the summer. 1-0. Off the outside, 2 balls and no strikes. DeLauder now tied with Owen Diodati of Wareham for the league lead in home runs. Orleans, in the last 20 years, has never had the home run leader on the Cape. 2-0. And a swing and a foul straight back. 2 balls and a strike. And we only know for the last 20 years because that's as far back as the record books go. It could be longer. Know anybody you could ask?
We got sources. No worries.
2-1. Up high. 3 balls and a strike to the dangerous left-handed bat of DeLauder. A single by Keishel. He's at first. 1 out. Orleans looking to sweep Cotuit on the summer. And their final trip to Lowell. 3-1. And ball 4. Chase DeLauder is aboard for the 2nd time. A 1-out walk puts 2 on. Keishel into scoring position. And it's the cleanup right-handed batter, Tyler Locklear. Locklear's 19 RBIs, picked up his 19th with a home run in the first as Mike Roberts walks out of his dugout and strolls towards Riley Huge. He hasn't signaled toward the Cotuit bullpen yet. It looks like he's just going to talk to his pitcher. A Locklear solo home run put him in sole possession of 2nd place on the Cape in RBIs with 19. And he's got a chance to catch Brooke Wilkin with a single and Keishel at 2nd. As Hinojosa comes out from behind the plate and interrupts the rendezvous. And Roberts will head back to his dugout. 2 on, 1 out. Top 7. Orleans trying to blow this one open. 4 runs is feasible for this Cotuit team. We want to make it a lot harder as the sun sets at lightless Lowell Park. No wind, a humid day. And a beautiful one for baseball. 1 month through the season here on the Cape. Opening offering to the right-hander, Locklear, and he swings and grounds one to second. Second baseman Ritter looks at second and just throws to first. DeLauder able to beat out the double play with his good speed. As Locklear is retired on the ground ball to short. And there's 2 outs with 2 runners in scoring position for Corey Acton.
Eric Brown, the second baseman, had his hands out wondering, hey, man, why didn't you flip it to second? You could have gotten the lead out, or at least try to turn the double play. Ritter saying, I don't think we had enough time to get the out at second. I'm just going to get the sure out at first.
DeLauder now talking to Ryan Ritter at short. As Keishel leads at third. DeLauder at second. First pitch to lefty Acton off the outside. Add to their 4-run advantage of 5-1 on Cotuit with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. 1-0 and is swinging a big chopper over the head of Huge, the pitcher, charging from short. Ritter gloves it at the letters and fires to first. 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 left on, no runs come in, and the Firebirds cannot add to the 5-1 lead. We will head to the bottom of the 7th, but first let's stretch here at Lowell Park. It's Orleans 5, Cotuit 1.
All right, fans, tonight's broadcast is sponsored by Curry College. Curry College is where you go to become anything you want. Curry prepares students to engage in successful careers with learning beyond the classroom. Explore undergraduate programs, including new majors in recreation management, graphic design, marketing, and computer science, online at www.curry.edu. The 99 Restaurant and Pub is proud to be a sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Visit your local 99 and try their famous colossal lobster rolls. Piled high on grilled brioche and served hot buttered or with just the right amount of mayo and celery with fries and coleslaw. The 99, always the real deal. And while they sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game, tonight's game is also sponsored by Milton Cat. For sales and rentals of Caterpillar machinery, generators, and marine engines, visit MiltonCat.com, your area cat dealer. Milton Cat, the Cape and Islands Caterpillar dealer, is proud to be a sponsor of today's game.
Appreciate it, Gareth.
You're welcome.
For those listening at home, Gareth was reading the Curry College read, and half of the paper is torn. So Garrett's holding one page in the right hand with the pamphlet in the left, doing the read with a rip down the middle. What can't this guy do? That's what I ask myself every day.
All right, yeah, no, that is the last time I'm reading that. Ripped up. We are printing out a new one tomorrow when we are back home. That was a little bit close. Too close to call.
Right-handed batter Matt Donlin to face Jack Philby. First pitch. Misses inside. 1 ball and no strikes to him. Bottom 7, Orleans 5, Cotuit 1. At Lowell Park, the Firebirds' final visit, and they're trying to end a 3-game losing streak. 1-0. And a swing and a foul over towards the Cotuit dugout. The dugouts here at Lowell Park, a little different from your traditional dugout. They're dug in a little deeper, and the fences are pretty high. Here comes a 1-1. And a foul straight back. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I mean, it's one of those dugouts, those underground dugouts, you could say, right? You almost go down, you go down some steps, and then there's the dugout. It's not like just kind of a flat ground.
And there's one of Orleans 5, Cotuit 1. First pitch to the right-handed bat of Jeff Costello. Misses low for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Costello's reached twice today, walked in the third. Singled in the third, walked in the first. Huge sets at the belt. 1-0. And Costello taps one foul off his left foot as it squirts down the third base line, and the count 1 ball, 1 strike. 11 hits for Orleans, good for 5 runs. 7 hits for Cotuit, and just 1 run to show for it. Firebirds pitchers have done a great job with runners on today. 1-1. And a swing and a ground ball, fair, down the third base line. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. Rounding first, on his way to second is Costello. A double for Jeff Costello to lead off the top of the 8th inning. His second hit of the game. As Costello looks towards the second baseman Brown, and the dugout yells, "Stay on the base." Already saw Corey Acton get tagged out on the hit and ball trick. Costello not falling for it. And a leadoff double for Orleans and a chance to add to the lead as Jared McKenzie, who is yet to be retired today, digs in.
Third time Costello has reached base. Another great night for him at the plate.
Opening and stepping off the bag is huge as he looks towards Costello. Cotuit pitching staff must have gotten a scouting report that Jeff Costello runs all the time. And he does run a lot, but boy, they pay a ton of attention to him. First pitch to McKenzie. And he takes a strike on the outside. And the count, no balls and 1 strike to the lefty. McKenzie's singled and walked twice in this one. 0-1. Off the outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Jared. Jared McKenzie, a scary accident at Wareham, but thankfully back in the lineup. It's great to see him. And he is producing. 1-1. Up high. 2 balls and a strike. Colliding with Jack Bolger, who's still day-to-day. But as Noah Searson told us earlier, Jared's a tough guy. Played travel ball through a broken nose, which does not sound fun. And playing through this one with a black eye. The sun is set behind the trees. Clear skies here at Lowell Park. And the Orleans Firebirds looking to axe a 3-game losing streak. 2-1. Off the outside. 3 balls and a strike to McKenzie. Costello at second after his double down the left field line. His second hit of the game. McKenzie looking for RBI number 4 of the summer. 3-1, way upstairs. And there's the third walk of the game to Jared McKenzie, who has reached in all 4 at-bats today. And Mike Roberts is going to go to his bullpen, and we'll step aside here on the Birds Broadcast Network. Orleans 5, Cotuit 1. And the first 2 batters at the top of the 8th reach. A Jeff Costello double, a Jared McKenzie walk. As up comes Garrett Gilliman. Firebirds with a 5-1 lead in the top of the 8th. Welcome back to Lowell Park alongside my good friend Gareth Kwok. I'm Carlo Jimenez here on the Birds Broadcast Network. The Orleans Firebirds with a 5-1 lead over the Cotuit Kettleers and 2-on with nobody out in the top of the 8th. New pitcher for Cotuit, and it's Hamilton Oliver, the right-hander out of Baylor. Oliver making his 5th appearance out of the pen. Gareth, what can hitters expect from the righty?
Yeah, with Oliver, you're going to see a high three-quarter arm slot, and his fastball not going to be a ton of velo. It'll run about 87, 88. He does also have a curveball, slider, and changeup. But for these Orleans hitters that have been seeing some velocity around the low to mid-90s, from Logan Adams and from Logan Maitland as well, Oliver is going to serve more as a guy that'll be back to lower, mid-velocity. So Garrett Gillimet will have to adjust here with runners on second and first and nobody out.
Gillimet with 3 strikeouts, looking to avoid a golden sombrero as he faces Hamilton Oliver. 5th pitcher of the game for Cotuit, who is working through their deep bullpen today. Costello at second, McKenzie at first. Firebirds trying to bust it open in the top of the 8th with nobody out. Gillimet shows bunt, and Oliver looks back at second. Costello back on his feet. Baylor head coach Steve Rodriguez, when asked, how do you describe Hamilton Oliver, said he's a guy who will come in and throw strikes when you're in trouble. Trying to convert him to a late game reliever for Baylor. Gillimet shows bunt again, the pitch, and he pulls back and takes the ball away. And the count 1 ball and no strikes. Corners coming in from Martorella and Trice. As Garrett tries to bunt. Costello on to third and McKenzie on to first.
And yes, Orleans up by 4, but really, Kelly Nicholson, he's playing for runs here. This is a play for run type of move. Get the guys over into second and third and give Benjamin Blackwell a chance to drive in another run or two here. No lead is safe with this Orleans bullpen that has been shaky the last couple of games.
Throw back to second, back with a head first slide. Safely is Jeff Costello, a close play. Eric Brown, the second baseman, came sliding over, and Costello was almost caught a half step off. Instead, Firebirds exhale, and they're still 2-on with nobody out.
Yeah, certainly a close play at second. I think he did get his right arm in just ahead of the tag, but it was certainly close.
Gillimet shows bunt. Here comes a 1-0. And he takes the ball downstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. Garrett restraps his gloves, looks down the third baseline towards Jamie Quinn, who gives him the signs. Looks at his bat and digs in. 2-on, nobody out, top of the 8th. Firebirds trying to put runs on the board for the first time since the second inning. As now Oliver steps off in what has become a really long at-bat. And for Cotuit, Gareth, time is against you with no lights here at Lowell. Gillimet shows bunt, 2-0. Pulls it back, takes a ball upstairs. 3 balls and no strikes to the catcher from USC.
I'm not sure if Oliver is trying to pitch around here. Gillimet, who's trying to bunt, and maybe they want to avoid this situation here with second and third and 1 out, but right now 3-0. We'll see if Gillimet is still in bunt mode or if he decides to take a pitch here.
Gillimet with a bat on his right shoulder, now pulls it forward. Throw back to second. Costello back with a head first slide, this time not as close. Eric Brown taps him 4 or 5 times around those HDMH uniforms. Costello looks up towards him. And Oliver looks in with a count, 3 balls, no strikes. 2-on, nobody out, top 8. Oliver looks at second, 3-0. Gillimet pulls back the bunt and takes strike 1. At the top of the zone, the count 3 balls and 1 strike to him. Gillimet was 2 steps towards first for that call by Michael Hinojosa. The wind is silent. Sun behind the trees down the left field line, and the Firebirds looking for a win. 3-1. And Gillimet misses the ball with a bunt. And the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes to him. Costello, a leadoff double at second. McKenzie walked. He's walked 3 times today and reached in all 4 at-bats. He's at first. Can the Birds sweep the Cotuit Kettleers, the defending 2019 champions? Throw back to first, and Costello back on his feet as he shakes his head, looks towards Oliver, takes the helmet off, and wipes the sweat off his forehead with the left side of his uniform. Now he has had no time to relax on the base paths. 3-2. Gillimet swinging away, skies it into right field, going over the center fielder Grady towards the gap. Coming in the right fielder, Sayer. He makes the catch, tagging from second, and on to third is Costello. McKenzie holds it first. Those guys almost collided in right. Grady was coming in, so was Sayer. Nobody called off the other. And runners at the corners with 1 out for Benjamin Blackwell.
Well, it's not a sack bunt that gets both brothers over, but it does get 1 runner over to third, and now you got to hope Benjamin Blackwell can put this ball into the outfield here.
Runners at the corners, 1 out, top 8. Orleans 5, Cotuit 1. Here at Lowell Park, Firebirds trying to hand Cotuit their longest losing streak of the summer. First pitch to the righty, Blackwell shows bunt, pulls it back, takes a strike. And the count, no balls and 1 strike to him.
Yeah, they would not be surprised if they try and put on the safety squeeze here with Blackwell.
Firebirds pulled it off against YD 2 days ago at Red Wilson. Can they do it here on the road? 0-1. And Blackwell bunts it back towards the pitcher. He scoops it up, shovels home in time to get Costello. A nice play by Oliver, who scooped it with the glove to the catcher Donlin to tag out the senior from Northeastern. And the safety does not work this time for the Firebirds. On to first goes Benjamin Blackwell on the play. And there's 2 on with 2 out. Orleans still just up 4, 5-1.
I mean, it wasn't a bad bunt by Blackwell, but it just didn't really go down the third base or first base side. It kind of went right back to the pitcher, softly hit off the bat. And a nice play off the mound by Oliver to get that and glove it and then flip it over to the catcher. And I think they did get Costello in time.
First pitch to Chatinier, and he takes a ball downstairs. Right-handed batter with a 1 ball and no strike count. Peyton Chatinier with his grandfather in town, putting on a show today. 3 hits and 4 at-bats, all of them singles. Trying to salvage the first 2 hitters of the inning getting on. McKenzie at second, at first Blackwell, 1-0. And he swings and rolls one up the middle. The shortstop Ritter charging. He gloves it on the infield grass, throws across his body to first. And that will do it. A double by Costello. McKenzie walks to lead off the inning, and no runs come in as Hamilton Oliver does his job. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Orleans 5, Cotuit 1. But first, let's head to Noah Searson, our sideline reporter. Noah, what do you got for us?
Yeah, appreciate it, Carlos. So now entering the game following Jack Philby is the man now affectionately known as the Grim Reaper. Arizona State's Nick Wallerstedt, actually named an all-star today, but he's been actually tearing it up on the Cape. .87 ERA entering the game right now, 10 1/3 pitched. And, you know, when you talk to Nick, he'll be the first one to admit that maybe his season this year in college didn't go how he would have liked, but he really, really embraced a lot of what Coach Jay Banfield had to offer. Of course, Coach Jay Banfield, the mental skills coach on this team, worked a lot with Wallerstedt on breathing techniques, whether it's to breathe in and out to slow down the heart, or Wallerstedt said when he's in the pen, he likes to speed it up, use certain breath techniques to kind of get his head ready in the game, get that heart rate up, and then go out there. And it's really worked with Wallerstedt. It's interesting how, some of Banfield's work on the mental side, whether it's breathing, visualization, how that plays on the field. For a guy like Wallerstedt, hadn't really done it much before, it's worked tremendously. And he said that he's definitely going to be carrying it into his next season at Arizona State. I did a full story on Coach Jay Banfield's work and what his mind-up philosophy has brought to the Firebirds. You can check that out on our YouTube. But needless to say, it's worked out for Wallerstedt. He's become an absolute killer on the mound, really this team's closer. Nice to see him in the game now for the Firebirds, guys.
Appreciate it, Noah. Always bringing great insight to the broadcast. Nick Wallerstedt has been terrific on the mound for Orleans. Their best arm out of the bullpen by far. And he will face the 9-1-2 hitters for the Cotuit Kettleers, Ryan Ritter, Carter Trice, and Jace Grady. Gareth, what can we expect from Nick Wallerstedt?
Yeah, Wallerstedt, he's mainly just a two-pitch guy. His fastball will go 91 to 95. He'll more consistently get 91, 92. You'll get a couple 93s, 94s in there. And he has a big curveball as well. He's just a two-pitch guy. We'll throw him from a low three-quarter slot. But what has been really the improvement so far this summer, Carlo, has been his breaking ball. And his breaking ball has been a real beauty, real over-the-top curveball that has fooled a lot of hitters. Can he find that tonight and try and seal the deal here for Orleans, perhaps going to final two? We'll see what he does here.
Right into bat, Ritter looks on the first pitch. And a swing and a miss. Change up at 80. And Ritter chases. Count, no balls and one strike. Wallerstedt kicks high, 0-1. Downstairs, 1 ball and 1 strike. Orleans 5, Cotuit 1. Bottom of the 8th inning. And the Grim Reaper, coined by nearest Noah Searson on the mound, 1-1. Strike 2 on the outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes to Ritter. Ritter so far today 1 for 2 with a single. 1-2. Up high. Gary Gillimet likes that pitch even though it misses as he points towards Wallerstedt, nods his head twice, and throws him back to baseball. In the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 to the plate. Breaking ball in the dirt. Ritter lays off. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Firebirds jumped out to a 5-0 lead midway through 2. Cotuit got a run on the board. Since then, nobody has scored. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Ryan Ritter strikes out. And the first out recorded by Nick Wallerstedt is a K. As the top of the lineup comes up in Carter Trice.
Just want to go back to the work that Jack Philby did. Probably his best outing yet this summer. Came in for a bullpen that had been sort of reeling and had been shaky the last couple of road games. Comes in after Thomas Schultz, puts up 2 scoreless. No walks, 2 strikeouts. That's exactly what Kelly Nicholson needed, and now you give it over to your best arm out of the bullpen in Wallerstedt.
Opening offering to the right-handed batter Trice, and he takes a strike on the outside. No balls and 1 strike. 5-1. Orleans leads Cotuit. 1 out with the bases empty, bottom 8. On a hot summer night here at Lowell Park. 0-1. Another wave. No balls and 2 strikes to Trice. Wallerstedt's been dominant. Through and through for Orleans. His last outing, 2 innings against Wareham, and just 2 hits allowed. He's not allowed a run in his last 7 appearances. 0-2. Misses away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Noah Searson mentioning that Wallerstedt uses breathing techniques before outings. Well, so does Carter Trice. Alrighty in the box for Cotuit. Here comes a 1-2. Just misses away. Well, that was awfully close. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Sure was. I think it's just that outside corner as a whole, though. Michael Hinojosa has really not been giving it to these pitchers tonight.
Trice saying in an interview that he likes to breathe in and out before every at-bat. 2-2s in the dirt. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Takes a breath in, counts to 5, and exhales, and it says takes his mind away from pressure situations, whether that's a guy on third with 1 out or a runner in scoring position, late game opportunities, and it's worked. So 2 guys, Wallerstedt and Trice, both big on the mental side of baseball. 3-2. Swinging a ground ball down the third baseline. Third baseman Keishel gloves it across the diamond to first in time. What a play by Luke Keishel in his first game with Orleans, playing third as he gets Carter Trice on the ground ball down the line, and there's 2 away in the bottom of the 8th.
Yeah, that's a great play by Keishel behind the bag, and he had to make a long throw to get a speedy Carter Trice. And that throw, plenty of time, an accurate one indeed.
2 outs and the base is vacant, and it's the left-handed bat of Jace Grady. The pitch home, and Grady swings away and pops it up over towards the Cotuit concession stands behind the seats down the left field line. No balls and 1 strike. Firebirds won the first matchup between these two teams 6-4. EO1. And a swing and a big ground ball up the middle. Charging from short. Blackwell gloves it. Throws to first in time. A nice play from Benjamin Blackwell. Sprinting in from shortstop from the infield grass. Able to get Jace Grady. And a couple of nice defensive plays by the Orleans infield. It's in a 1-2-3 inning for Nick Wallerstedt. We will head to the 9th. Firebirds looking for some insurance runs. Up 5-1 over Cotuit through 8.
All right, fans, as we head to the top of the 9th inning, we will do one more Around the Cape League score update. And here's what we got for you from Arnie Allen Diamond and Falmouth. The Brewster Whitecaps leading 3-1 over Falmouth. They are in the top of the 6th. And if you're a Firebirds fan, you're hoping Falmouth is able to pull off the victory over first place Brewster in the East. But right now the Whitecaps holding a 3-1 lead over the Commodores in the top of the 6th. From McKeon Park and Hyannis, the Wareham Gatemen lead 9-1 over Hyannis. They are in the top of the 5th. From White House Field in Harwich, the Bourne Braves leading 4-1 over Harwich in the bottom of the 3rd. Firebirds fans hoping that Bourne hangs on and wins that one from Harwich. And then last but not least, from Veterans Field in Chatham, the YD Red Sox 0, Chatham 2. Anglers with a 2-0 lead over YD, and they are still early in that one. It's still bottom of the 2nd. But right now, Orleans still trying to gain some ground in the standings. There's still some time to make up that ground, although they're going to have to really pull off an impressive stretch. But for Orleans, they are 3 outs away. But first, they're going to have to come up and hit in what looks to be an opportunity for Orleans to tack on here.
Hamilton Oliver will remain on the mound for the top of the 9th inning. Orleans leading Cotuit 5-1. Looking to snap a 3-game losing streak. And most importantly, looking to forget about 2 really tough losses the last 2 games. A heartbreaker at YD in which they led 9-5 in the final inning of play. First pitch to the right-hander Luke Keishel. He swings and pops one up. Straight back over towards us. Behind the press box. It lands on the stairs. And 3 or 4 kids tussle for it to the right of the press box. And the count, no balls, 1 strike. Orleans losing the game to YD 11-9 after leading 9-5. And then yesterday against Hyannis, 0-1 to Keishel. And he swings and ropes one through the infield and into left field, a base hit. Shortstop Ritter diving to his right, ball bounced under his glove. And for Luke Keishel, that's the 3rd hit of the game, his first 3-hit game of the summer. As he leads off the top of the 9th inning with a single.
He's had a tremendous game, putting together solid contact in basically every at-bat. It's, line drive contact, and, this is what Orleans needs down the road from him if they want to come back and try and qualify for the postseason. At-bats like this.
Dare I say Ryland Thomas-esque? The way he just finds gaps in the infield?
It's similar.
First pitch to the lefty, DeLauder is downstairs. And the count 1 ball and no strikes. Runner on, nobody out, top 9. Orleans 5, Cotuit 1. 2 teams on 3-game losing streaks. Somebody's going to leave with their longest of the season. The 1-0. And a ground ball down the first base line. Skips off the glove of the first baseman, Martorella. He collides with the pitcher, Oliver. And everybody's going to be safe. That ball popped off the heel of the glove of Martorella. Oliver came over looking to snag it out of the air. And him and Martorella ran right into each other. see exactly how they score this one.
Yeah, the scoreboard has ruled it an error. I mean, it was a sharp ground ball right at Martorella. And they are going to rule it as an error here on the official scoring. So tough one for Martorella because that ball was hit pretty hard on the ground.
Right-handed batter Locklear looks on with 2 on and nobody out. Throw back to second. And Keishel back on his feet. Locklear so far today with a home run, solo shot in the first, an RBI single in the second. He is 2 for 4. Second straight inning, the Firebirds have the first 2 batters of the inning on. Opening offering, and Locklear pops one up in foul territory down the right field line. First baseman Martorella going over, still in foul territory, moving to his left. So Locklear retired on 1 pitch. And in stands Corey Acton. And if you're Orleans, Garrett, even though you're up 4 runs, you can't have back-to-back innings where you have the first 2 guys reach and not capitalize. You want to go on this Kettleer team, put some runs on the board. Top 9, 1 out. Keishel at second, DeLauder at first. Corey Acton, 1 hit today, left-handed batter. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it off over towards the concession stands here at Cotuit, which supposedly, Gareth, the concession stands at Cotuit have great hot dog buns. That's what they say. They toast them a little bit.
Oh, okay, I see. I like that.
You got to try one.
Might have to.
It's called. They're very popular among the media team. Firebirds trying to get out of Cotuit with a win and sweep the defending champion Cotuit Kettleers. On the summer, Keishel at second, DeLauder at first. 0-1 to Acton. No, Oliver's going to look back towards second, and Keishel back on his feet. Keishel in his 21 games in the Cal Ripken League stole 17 bases before taking a plane flight over to Orleans. 0-1 to Acton. And he swings and pops one up down the third base line over towards foul territory, going back the first baseman or third baseman Trice, and he's not going to get there. The ball lands foul, and Acton back on his heels. The count, no balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, 2 on, top 9. Orleans 5, Cotuit 1. Can the Birds add some runs to the lead? Unable to do so in the 8th after the first 2 batters reached. Same situation here in the 9th. Acton eyes Oliver, who sets at the belt. 0-2. Misses high. And the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Corey Acton, who had a 2-hit game against Hyannis and has been terrific for the Firebirds. Started the season with the Mariners of Harwich. Was released. 1-2. Misses away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Working a lot with Ryan Erickson, the hitting coach for the Firebirds, on his swing in batting practice today. And Acton, 5 hits, 3 doubles in 6 games. He's been a nice addition to this Orleans team. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Throw on to second. Keishel caught off the bag. Tries to slide in head first, and he's tagged out. And that will do it for the top of the 9th. For the second straight inning, the Firebirds get the first 2 runners aboard, and they do not score. 1 hit, 1 left on. We'll head to the bottom of the 9th. Orleans needs 3 outs. They'll have the Grim Reaper on the mound. It's Orleans 5, Cotuit 1 here at Lowell Park. Welcome back to Lowell Park. Carlo Jimenez alongside my good buddy Gareth Kwok as we open up the bottom of the 9th inning. Orleans leading Cotuit 5-1, and they need 3 more outs. It starts with a right-handed batter, Eric Brown. It'll be Brown, Gold, and Sayer. 3-4-5 for Cotuit. First pitch from Wallerstedt, and a swing and a foul over the press box. 20 or so kids are going to go after that baseball, Gareth. That might be the most dangerous part of the park.
Yeah, you do not want to be standing next to where a foul ball was. Actually, I got a good story for you after this pitch here, but.
Oh, I'm excited. Wallerstedt peeks over the top of the glove. The 0-1. And a swing and a line drive into left field, a base hit. Eric Brown with his first hit of the game here in the bottom of the 9th inning. And up comes Luke Gold, and up comes Gareth Kwok's story.
No, I was just on a call. We had the rain out a couple Saturdays ago, but when we were supposed to play Falmouth, so I decided let's go see Chatham Harwich, and I'm taking a call in the woods there. I'm on the call with a family member. Foul ball comes right in my direction while I'm on the call, and what do I see? Like 2 dozen kids coming after this foul ball. There was like a horde of kids coming in.
First pitch to the righty, Gold, and he rakes one down the left field line foul. So what did you do?
I mean, I just ran out of there as fast as I could. I said, "Oh, here come the kids," and then I just get out of there. I wasn't gonna pick up the ball. I mean, I could have picked up the ball, but I'm not gonna pick up a ball for a kid. I mean, I'm just gonna let the kid. It's a free for all. You guys deal with it. I'm gonna get out of the way here.
The 0-1, and a swing and another foul down the third base line. That's very kind of you.
It reminds me of when you drop fish food for a for a group of fish, and then they all go after it. So that's what it felt like. The ball was right there in the woods, and there came all the kids going after it. I mean, look, it's a lottery there, man.
It is dangerous. Brown at first, Gold with an 0-2 count. Wallerstedt's pitch. Swing and a miss at a high fastball. Nick Wallerstedt blows it by him. And there's one away in the bottom of the 9th.
Even though Wallerstedt's only got those 2 pitches, I mean, he does a nice job really mixing it up. And kudos also to Garrett Gillimet for calling the sequence, but elevates the fastball, and these hitters are still guessing, even with just fastball-curveball combination for Wallerstedt. And he's been looking the part of what we've seen all year long from the right-hander out of Arizona State.
Alex Sayer, the right-handed bat, digs in and looks at a first pitch ball upstairs. Snap back throw to first. And Brown back on his feet. Orleans 5, Cotuit 1, bottom of the 9th inning. Firebirds looking to bounce back after dropping the last 3 games and sweep the Cotuit Kettleers on the summer. 1-0. Strike at the bottom of the zone. The curveball drops in, and the count 1 ball and 1 strike to Sayer. Sun has set behind the trees. No lights here at Lowell, but it looks like we're going to finish 9. 1-1. Another swing and a miss. And a curveball has Sayer chasing. The count 2 balls and 1 strike. Or 1 ball and 2 strikes. Five runs for the Firebirds. All came in the first 2 innings. Cotuit's lone run in the bottom of the 2nd. 1-2. Another wave. Down goes Sayer on the strikeout. Back-to-back Ks for Nick Wallerstedt. His 3rd of the game, and he's 1 out away from finishing this one. And the Orleans fans starting to make some noise here at Cotuit.
I mean, blows him away with the fastball again. I mean, it's right now sitting 92-93.
A leadoff single for Brown. He's at first. Right-handed bat Matt Donlin stands in. There goes Brown. First pitch, curveball in there for a strike. A free stolen base for Eric Brown. He's easy into 2nd. And no balls and 1 strike to Matt Donlin. Wallerstedt looks at 2nd. 0-1. And a swing and a high pop-up into left field. Coming over the left fielder, McKenzie. He sets up under it, reaches up, and makes the catch. That will do it here at Lowell Park. Nick Wallerstedt goes 2 innings, does not allow a run, and the Orleans Firebirds are back in the win column. It's a 5-1 win over Cotuit. as they improve to 9-10-4. The Kettleers drop 4 in a row for the first time this summer. They are 11-13-0. Orleans, a big win and some terrific pitching. Thomas Schultz, Jack Philby out of the pen, and then Waller set the final 2. A complete game for Orleans in this one as they down the Cotuit Kettleers and sweep them on the season. Our sideline reporter Noah Searson's going to try to get Peyton Chatinier and Gareth Kwok hoping to get Tyler Locklear to join us for the first time. Locklear has been terrific in his last couple of games, 8 hits in his last 5 for T-Lock. And a home run, his 5th of the summer, 20 RBIs, puts him at the tie for atop the Cape Cod Baseball League. And Orleans, a much-needed win. They had lost 3 in a row and trying to get 1 win on this 3-game road trip, as Noah Searson looks like he's got Peyton Chatinier. And Noah, whenever you're ready, go ahead and take it away.
Yeah, appreciate it, Carlo. I'm on the sidelines here with Peyton Chatinier. Big 3-hit performance in Peyton. You're really the table setter for this lineup tonight. So when you think about how big of a win this was, especially after the tough one against YD and then last night against Hyannis, what does this do for the team's confidence?
Oh, it does a lot for the confidence. I mean, we've always had confidence, but to have a win like that it's great. It's just crazy. Like, literally right after the game, me and Locke were just saying, like, how crazy is baseball? Like, we just got killed and then came out here and played well. So I don't know. It's a crazy game.
And it had to have been a little more special. I actually caught up. Your grandfather was at the game.
Yeah.
How fun was it to have him at the game, knowing he's somebody that's kind of gotten to see your whole development as a baseball player, seen you at Ole Miss, now he gets to catch you on the Cape?
It's cool. I mean, I know it's awesome for him, and it's really cool for me. And if he brings a good luck, I want him here every day. So.
Of course, and he actually told me the deal tonight was 1 hit, you got a burger for dinner, 2 steak, 3 lobster. So you've earned yourself a pretty good dinner. What are you thinking tonight?
Good, yeah. Well, maybe we'll get some lobster for sure. He didn't tell me that, so that's even better. Let's go.
All right, Peyton Chatinier, 3-hit game and a big lobster dinner. Well earned. Peyton, thank you so much for your time. Catch you tomorrow against Brewster. Carlo, send it back to you. I see you got Tyler Locklear. So take it away, Carlo.
Appreciate it, Noah. Thanks so much. Here with Tyler. Nice enough to join us in the booth. A home run, 2 RBIs for you. You're now tied for the Cape League in RBIs. 8 hits in the last 5 games. What has kind of been working for you in this stretch?
I've just been trying to kind of work middle a little bit. Thought I was getting a little too big early on, and then kind of sat down, regrouped, sat with the coaches. They told me just work middle, and that's what I've been trying to do in BP and in game.
And you guys, really a complete game today, a terrific performance by your pitchers. You guys put 5 runs on the board early. What does this mean after a tough couple of games against YD and Hyannis?
I think we played good against YD, honestly, and then last night was just a bad game. And then hopefully this leads to us getting hot and hopefully making a run at the playoffs.
Yeah, it was a great game to watch. You and Chase DeLauder, again, home runs in this one. And you continue to hit well with runners on scoring position. What's your approach when you come on and guys are in scoring position, you have a chance to pick up RBIs as you lead this team in RBIs?
Just try to drive them in, do everything I can to either move them over or hopefully knock one through and have the guy score, because a lot of wheels on the bases here.
Thanks so much for joining us, Tyler. We'll see you tomorrow. Big one against Brewster at home, and then the off day. Good luck the rest of the way. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
That will do it for us and Tyler Locklear. Thanks again to Tyler for joining us in the booth. Gareth Kwok is going to come back over. We'll see if Noah Searson wants to talk to somebody else. Or the Firebirds get a big win here at Lowell Park. They sweep the defending champion Cotuit Kettleers. Garrett's going to put the headset on. Smooth. Nice.
I'm back.
Adjust the mic. You feeling good?
I am feeling good. How about you?
Oh, we won. A good win for Orleans. 5-1 here at Lowell Park. And they sweep the defending champion Cotuit Kettleers. Garrett, takeaways from this one here at Lowell.
Well, this was a complete performance all around, and you had the offense click immediately from the start, get them an early lead, and then finally the pitching and the bullpen seemed to really step up today. And sort of what we saw early on in the season, it was the pitching and the bullpen that was the strength, but then the bats didn't really show up. And then the last couple of games, we've seen some offensive glimpses, but it was also pitching that was sort of up and down. But tonight it was everything. The bats finally came alive early on in the ball game. You had great pitching from Thomas Schultz, the right-hander, who had a very nice bounce-back start after a rough opening start against Falmouth at home. He comes back, throws 5 innings, and gives up only 1 earned run, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Jack Philby out of the bullpen, a guy who's been up and down out of the bullpen. He puts together his best outing of the season with 2 shutout innings. And then the Grim the Grim Reaper, as Noah Searson likes to call him. I'm not sure where that nickname came from, but he gets 2 shutout innings as well and gets and closes the door. So it's a complete performance that they needed. They had to have this win. They needed to salvage a game on this 3-game road trip for a team that doesn't do well on the road. And now you can start thinking about coming back home and having a little bit of a homestand for Orleans. You play Brewster on tomorrow. That should be that's a big important game in the East. Get the off day Thursday, then you have to face Bourne on Friday. So these are two of the best teams that you're facing on the Cape coming up this week, and then 7 of the next 11 are going to be at home. And this Orleans team, we've seen they clearly do better at home than on the road. So it's an opportunity for them, 7 of the next 11, to try and get themselves back into the standings. They're certainly going to need a little bit of help on the way as well from other teams. But this was the right step, a win in the right direction for Orleans tonight, and a win they needed, and they desperately got it today.
They sure needed it, and they got it. Orleans' final score from Lowell Park defeats Cotuit 5-1. A terrific outing by Thomas Schultz, going 5 innings, giving up 1 run. Jack Philby, Nick Wallerstedt don't allow a run, just 2 hits between them in the final 4 innings, and one of the only really complete games we've seen this season from the Firebirds as they sweep the Cotuit Kettleers. For Carlo Jimenez, Gareth Kwok, our sideline reporter Noah Searson, and our producer Matt Schenfeld, saying so long and good night from Lowell Park. Firebirds defeat Cotuit 5-1 on this Tuesday night.